What's good, y'all? Back again today with a very special video. Let me see something. Is there a way that I could get rid of this? I'm trying to get rid of that. I still don't know how to do it. Whatever. It's perfectly fine. It's perfectly fine. I'm gonna put this shit right up there. Fuck it. Alright, y'all. What up, y'all? Back again today with a very special video. Now, today we're just doing a quick little on the run class. Nothing major. On the run class. This is last minute. I wasn't going to do a show today. I wasn't going to do a class today. I just had to recharge, and I had a lot of stuff, other stuff going on I had to handle this week, and also I had to get more videos. You know, I did another show on Friday where we talked about a good amount of stuff. So it's Tuesday now. I didn't do a show last night, so I didn't want to leave you guys hanging for this entire week though. So here I am. Without further ado, forgive me for being a little late. Usually I come on at 9. I was going to try to come on at 7, but I barely just figured out that I want to do a class tonight, or I want to do a quick little show. What up, De Facto? De Facto says he's going to be watching in the clouds. Hold on. Okay. So, what's good, y'all? I am here with a special little class. I just have to get my little shit together real quick. And I just wanted to have a little talk, you know what I'm saying? Nothing major. You know, when we do these on the run classes, it's nothing major. We just want to have a quick little talk with y'all. How's everybody feeling today? What's been going on? What's the news? What's the word? What's the current events? Let's talk about some current events, y'all. Let's wait for a few more people to get in the chat, and then we're gonna talk about some current events. Like I said, I wasn't even gonna do a class, or a show or anything this week, but I don't want to leave you guys hanging. I left you guys hanging last Monday because I got into some legal trouble. Bryce said that I catch Tariq Nasheed on Sunday night. I'm not 100% sure. What was he talking about on Sunday night? I know I like to catch up with his channel every now and then for sure. Tariq Nasheed, I'm definitely watch his channel a lot. I like when Tariq has those conversations, those Twitter conversations, and he's going back and forth with the racists and the tethers and the coons and this and that. So what was he talking about? I guess we could, tonight will be a little Talk Your Shit Tuesday. It is Tuesday, so we could do a nice Talk Your Shit Tuesday tonight, a little On Your Run Talk Your Shit Tuesday. I think that's the reason why I did the class, because I didn't want to do an actual class, but since it's Talk Your Shit Tuesday, I could just kind of just chop it up with y'all. Tell me how we feeling. I already put this on Instagram. I already told my people from Instagram to come through. Oh, let me see something real quick. Oh, baby, look at those coons. Oh, look at the coons. Alright, y'all. So, what's the current events? My nigga Killer in the building. What up, Killer? My nigga Jay in the building. Jay, did I hear this right last time? Jay, how old are you, Jay? Last time, I don't know if I heard this right. My nigga Jay in the building. straight A student in the class. I could ask Jay any question right now from the past 2 years. Any question that I've taught in the past 2 years, I can pretty much guarantee Jay is going to get it right. Jay said he is 17 years old. Wow. Jay, I would almost say, and you've been following me for at least 2 years, Jay. What is going on, Jay?
I am Shakespeare in the flesh. Walt Disney, Nike, Google. Now, who's going to be the Medici family and stand up and let me create more? Or do you want to marginalize me till I'm out of my moment?
Or why don't you empower yourself and don't need them and do it yourself?
How, Sway?
Take a few steps back to go.
You ain't got the answers, man. You ain't got the answers. You ain't got the answers. You ain't got the answers, Sway.
Jay, how you're lying, bro. Jay, you've been following me for at least 2 years. That means you were like 15 years old. Jay, that's impossible, bro. What year were you born? Don't calculate it. What year were you born? Tell me what month and year you were born. Bryce, you hear this? This dude is literally 17 years old, and I was watching some old video with my class maybe a year or two ago, and he was already in the comments. Wow, that's my mom's birthday. October 14th is my mother's birthday. My birthday is October 23rd. That's dope. That's dope. So you're a Libra, even though I don't. You're a Libra with your Sagittarius rising. I don't follow that shit anyway, but I just think it's pretty cool. Man, you are younger than my brother and sister, my younger brother and sister. Hey, Jennifer. Damn, Jay was like 16 years old. Where did you find my channel, Jay? How did you find my channel? That's dope, bro. I'm humbled, guys. You see that, guys? J-Lethal is for the kids. Nah, Jay, you my nigga though. Cause when I was 17, I'm gonna tell you the truth. Jay, how long have you been woke? Here's the real question, Jay. If you've been following me since you were about 15, 16 years old, how long have you been woke? What up, Eric? Eric, how long have you been woke? Here's a good question. Put the number age you were when you can say that you were first woke. Even though I feel like every one of us in the chat right now, because we are our own little tribe, I do feel like we've always been woke our entire life. We've always had special gifts, special abilities our entire life. We've been able to see shit other people couldn't see. That's just how I feel. I know with me that's the case. If you were to ask me how old I was when I first started being woke, I guess I'd say, damn, that's a good question, actually. How old was I when I first got, I want to say like 14. Not that there was anything at 14 that really got me woke, but I just started looking at shit different, just started looking at shit with my own eyes. I know at 17 I had a conversation with some dudes, and we were smoking weed. We was in the back room, we was talking, and then they brought up Freemasonry and Masonry and the Illuminati and the all-seeing eye and all this other shit. I was 17 years old. I'll never forget. We was in the back, and then we was deep into the conversation. I was just shook. I was scared. I wasn't scared. Actually, I think I was kind of scared, because they were like, oh, they were telling me about the Freemasonry, and they were showing me, you know, the little Freemason symbol, and then I started seeing it everywhere. I started seeing, isn't that crazy, guys? If you never saw the Freemason symbol, and if you don't know what it is, I guess I'll just bring it up just to talk about it. If y'all can hear me, by the way, if it sounds loud and clear, if I'm not staticky, no echo, doesn't sound muffled, it sounds like a studio mic, please press the number, put 3 7s in the chat if you can hear me loud and clearly. The Mason symbol looks like this, right? So if you haven't seen that before, then maybe, you don't know what it is, right? Now, I saw that. They showed me that symbol, and then I started seeing that shit everywhere. Matter of fact, Solo, Jay, and Bryce, I need you to do 30 push-ups with me right now. 34 push-ups. I forgot to do any push-ups. I haven't done any push-ups in the past couple of days. I need 34 push-ups from Bryce, Solo, and Jay right now. 34. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Breathe, gentlemen. Breathe. 13, 14. Straight back, straight arms. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Don't wear yourself out. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. 28. Don't bend your knees. Keep your knees straight. 29, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34. All right. Now, back to reality. So what are we talking about, guys? How old were you when you first got woke? Once I saw the Freemason symbol, I started seeing it everywhere. Then I just had a whole bunch of questions. I still have those questions to this day. Till this day, somebody's got to explain to me, what is a secret society? Why is it a secret society? Who is in charge? Somebody put these questions in the chat. Why have a secret society? Who's in charge of the secret society? Here's another one. How do you prove, and to whom do you prove it to, that you're ready for this information? Who's in charge? Can anybody tell me? Jennifer, have you ever thought about that with these secret society? Who's in charge? Who's to say that these guys are so powerful and important that they can tell us what to do? Well, this is a question for, I guess, another day, but some people say, let me read some of the ages. How old were you guys when you first got woke, and what was it that got you woke? What was it that got you woke, guys? Let me read it. Bryce says he learned a hell of a lot from Tariq Nasheed. Shout out to Tariq Nasheed. Tariq Nasheed, with whatever flaws he has or whatever, he's a great orator. He's very professional when he needs to be. And he puts his money where his mouth is. You can't deny that about Tariq Nasheed. He's come out with many documentaries, films, projects, albums, conventions, a museum now. And, people could say, yeah, that's just a fake museum, or it's not enough. Hey, listen. I'm not here to say what is enough or what's not enough when somebody's doing something for the black community. And particularly saying, yes, this is for the black community. So, in my opinion, Tariq Nasheed is doing enough. Is this thing on me? How is the lighting? Should I turn the light on? Nah, but see, when I turn the light on, then that thing gets fucked up. That's too bright. Let me see something. No. Okay, cool. I think that's better. Yeah, that's better. Okay. So, how are y'all feeling, man? Let me read some more comments. Bryce says, I didn't have the actual knowledge until I was 25. By the way, Bryce, how long have you been growing your hair? Bryce, when was the last time you had a short haircut? Because I saw you on the stream for the first time the other day. Your hair is basically, looks like it's about my length or maybe even longer than mine. I've been growing my hair for about almost 8 years now. How long you been growing your hair, Bryce? Mark Sanchez says he started being woke at 17. Mark, what was it that got you woke? Eric says he's still asleep. There's more to know. Damn, that's deep. That means you are woke if you say some shit like that, though. You know, they once said, somebody said, a wise man knows that he knows nothing at all. I'm going to say that one more time. It was once said that a wise man knows that he knows nothing at all. And we could ponder that on another day. You ever been to like Barnes and Noble and you see all these books, you realize you don't really there's a lot of information you might not know. So truthfully, I guess we can never really call ourselves woke. The true person can never really call themselves fully awake, right? However, we can say that we're woke to certain things, I believe. Jay says he was watching niggas like Young Pharaoh in middle school. What's up with your boy Pharaoh, man? What's up with your boy Young Pharaoh? He's out here in Houston, Texas, right? I heard Young Pharaoh's been saying some spicy things. That boy Young Pharaoh been real spicy. I'm praying for the brother, you know. He's going through some baby mama drama. I don't wish that on anybody because I understand. He said they tortured him in the Harris County Jail. Did you hear about that? Young Pharaoh. And if I'm not mistaken, I think his original channel reached 1 million subscribers. If I'm not mistaken, his original channel before they came for it, he had right at the height of his thing when he started the Trump stuff and all that, he got to 1 million, I think, or he was like at 800,000 or something. Now he got like 3,000 subscribers, 4,000 subscribers. Every now and then I'll check in on some of the people. I'll check in on Young Pharaoh because I know he started making videos again. But yeah, he said he was tortured in the Harris County Jail. Isn't that a thing, guys? Speaking of tortured in the Harris County Jail, or tortured in jail, I think that's a perfect example to talk about this real quick. Just on a side note, because today is your Talk Your Shit Tuesday, and I do have some stuff to talk about, but I just feel like I just want to say a few things real quick. Look at this. We're talking about people being tortured in prison. Does anybody remember this? Does anybody remember? And I always need to remind people that Kodak Black, quote unquote, was allegedly brutally beaten by multiple prison guards while handcuffed, according to a message posted on his Instagram. This is when he was in prison before Donald Trump came to get him out. Okay, the 22-year-old rapper, who was 22 years old at that time, legally changed his name to Bill Capri, was serving a 3-year sentence at Kentucky's Big Sandy Penitentiary. And from what I've heard, this place, Big Sandy, is nothing to play with, right? But let's continue. It says, according to the Instagram post, because Kodak was giving information to his people to put on Instagram, Kodak has been barred from making phone calls or receiving visitors for 6 months. You see how they were torturing him in there? He can't have phone calls or visitors for 6 months as punishment for getting in a fight while housed in a Miami facility. Fellow inmates at Big Sandy informed Kodak's team of an apparent prison assault. Now read this, guys. This is from the official Kodak Black lawyers. Says, we just learned from fellow inmates at Maximum Penitentiary Big Sandy in Kentucky in regards to Kodak Black. He could not call himself and because he is not allowed phone or visitation for 6 months as punishment for the incident in Miami. Even though that has been the case since September, they refused to give him credit for that time. Now listen to this, guys. This is the really important part. And I talked about this on my last channel. Actually, I made a whole entire video on it, and it got a few thousand views, but you know, YouTube took down that channel, so it's all good. It said Friday night, Kodak Black was brutally beaten while in handcuffs by 7 guards at Big Sandy, Kentucky. They struck him in the head repeatedly with a metal object. Then, afterwards, one of the guards flicked his genitals and said, "You're not so gangster now. You're gonna need bigger balls to survive in here."
What?
Yes, you heard it right. The devils in that jail were not only torturing mentally and starving them and all type of stuff, but they were sexually assaulting the inmates, including Kodak Black. That is sexual assault. If someone holds you down and starts flicking and playing with your genitals and making comments, that is sexual assault. Okay? But why hasn't Kodak just come out and just really spoken on this? He's given little hints, and every time he goes on these crazy high rants, he talks about how they held him down for days at a time, but he never really goes into detail. Are y'all listening? Is this thing on? Is this thing on me? I need to make sure y'all hear me. Let me. Because, you know, YouTube be quick to cut my stream off. I'm sitting here talking and I wouldn't even know. All right, looks like I'm still good. So, let me read some more comments real quick, because some of y'all, what is that? Crabs commend me. What is that? Kaba, what is that? Bryce says you've been growing your hair for about 7-8 years. Same as me, bro. I knew when I saw your hair, I said, wow, that's crazy. We got the same hair. It's like a tribal thing, you know? Young Pharaoh is an entertainer. Damn, that's a damn shame. Now, I consider myself entertaining, but that's the difference. I'm funny, but I'm not a fucking comedian. I'm entertaining, but I'm not an entertainer. You understand that? I'm not going to tap dance and buck dance for your approval or for your encouragement or for your butter biscuits. Hold on 1 second. See, now every time I do this, the stream looks different. Ah, there we go. That's a little better. Nope, still not better. Hold on, y'all. Let me try to fix this background. I'm really particular about my background. Oh wow. Look at that. Hold on, y'all. All right, so I guess that'll be fine with my shirt, whatever. It's because my shirt is green, that's why it's doing this. It's blending in with the background. Anyway, y'all, talk to me in the chat. What woke you up to be woke? What got you woke? I need to know what got you guys initially woke. Whether it was 14 years old, 24, 44, what got you at least woke? And what is the definition of woke that we understand here? Well, there's many different levels, I guess. I mean, ultimately, we understand that, I guess, a higher level of woke is understanding even past color lines, right? Like, meaning it's not just a black and white thing, meaning it could be some black people. When I got arrested the other day, it was a bunch of black cops like trying to prove their worth. So the higher understanding of woke, we're starting to realize, is past this black lens, right? However, we cannot negate the importance of blackness to wokeness, because after all, the systematic enforcement of the ideologies of white supremacy dictates that black, being the opposite of white, is going to be at the complete bottom of this pyramid or this hierarchy, whereas the so-called white will be at the top. Now, you can completely ignore all of this. You can call it politics. You can call it some other stuff. You can call it being divisive. But the fact of the matter is, these things matter. Now, we're going to actually talk about something tonight. There was a reason why I wanted to come and talk to you guys. And I think I'm going to have to pour up a little champagne. And by the way, is my shirt, is it distracting you? If my shirt is distracting you, put the number 1 in the chat. If you can rock like this for now, put the number 7 in the chat. It really kind of bothers me sometimes. I mean, it's only because I gotta have the right lighting. If I turn this light off, let me see. If I turn this light off, do I look all right? Is my lighting look all right like this? Matter tomorrow. Does my lighting, am I too dark right here? I know it doesn't matter to y'all, but it does matter to me. Should I have that light on or off? Let me see. So. Oh, but it does matter to me. Should I have that light on or off? Let me see. So. Hold on, why is that shit so loud? Y'all don't even tell me that that's a loud ass background noise. Hold on, where is that shit? I got a loud ass background noise. 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 Alright. I don't know if that shit is still loud or what, but it is what it is. Okay, so we're gonna talk about it, guys. I guess I was just chatting. It's just Talking Shit Tuesday. I have a lot of stuff in my mind, guys. Forgive me. I do have a lot of stuff in my mind. And I want to be able to bring you the best shows possible. That's why I wasn't going to bring you a show today, because I didn't have a whole bunch. I didn't have a whole class worth. But I said, you know what? It's Talking Shit Tuesday. I think my people do fuck with me enough to talk with me on Tuesday. So we're going to talk a little bit more about what we were just talking about. But tonight, let's get into the main event. Can we do that? And I think I'm about to just turn that light back on, because this looks a little too dark for me. It's too dark for my liking. Alright, fuck it. We gonna rock like that. We gonna rock out like that. Now, let me show you guys some of the stuff. Okay, how about this? Because this is where it's gonna get important, guys. And I'm kind of scrunched up in this little corner right here. This is where it's going to get important, guys. What's the current event going on in the black community? Can somebody talk to me in the chat? What's the current events that's been happening in the black community? What's the most current event politically? Let's go there. What's the current event politically in the black community that's going a lot? Jennifer says she learned from IUIC. Shout out to IUIC. They got a lot of brothers, man, and a lot of sisters, obviously. But the IUIC, if I'm not mistaken, wasn't it IUIC out there with Kyrie Irving? When Kyrie Irving, when they tried to ban Kyrie Irving and stuff, and they went out to the Barclays Center, wasn't that IUIC? They had, like, it looked like it was 10,000 men. It looked like it was 10,000 men, all black men. Like, wow. And what is Crab's Kamim Kaba? What is that? Let me open this up. Maybe. I don't know if y'all can still hear that background noise that was sounding crazy. Oh no, that's cool. I don't know if y'all can still hear that background noise that was sounding crazy. Hold on. Can y'all hear me? 7 in the chat if y'all can hear me. I'm just trying to make sure my mic and all that is good. You know, I'm kind of just going with the flow, really. Sure, my mic and all that is good. All right, cool. We good. All right. I'm about to. Oh, Joy DeGroy. Shout out to Joy DeGroy. Wow, Bryce Hall. That's how I know you're a real one. That is a living legend right there. Dr. Joy DeGroy, Black woman. I need to talk about her more often. I've talked about her before. I showed a few videos from her on my last channel. I was just watching a video with her today. She was talking about something. She was talking about something that she was telling these high school kids. I just saw her on my feed today. Joy DeGroy. Beautiful Black woman, living legend. She's still living. She talks about the post-traumatic slave syndrome, PTSD. Let's move forward. Let me read some more content. Audio kind of weird. It's good now. Jay, my audio is good right now? Kaba Kamim, what the fuck is that? Oh, Kaba Kamim was in Hidden Colors. Oh, that's a person. Okay, I'm like, who is that? I'm like, what is that? Okay, I gotta look him up. I haven't heard of him. Kaba Kamim, what's he be talking about? What's his what are some of his talking points? Kaba Kamim. I hope I'm saying that right. AKA Booker T. Coleman. All right, cool. Anyway, let us talk about this, guys. How about this? What's going on? 7 in the chat if you're ready. How about this?
This morning, 3 people shot dead in Jacksonville, Florida, in a shooting police say was racially motivated.
We will pursue this incident as a hate crime.
Police say the shooter, a white male wearing a tactical vest and mask, opened fire in a Dollar General store Saturday afternoon, killing 2 men and a woman, all of them black, before turning the gun on himself. Police on scene recovered an AR-style rifle and a handgun, one of them covered in hand-drawn swastikas.
This is a dark day in Jacksonville's history. Any loss of life is tragic, but the hate that motivated the shooter's killing spree adds an additional layer of heartbreak.
Authorities say earlier in the day, the man had sent racist writings to local law enforcement, to media, even his own parents, expressing his desire to kill black people.
Portions of these manifestos detail the shooter's disgusting ideology of hate.
Prior to the shooting, police say the gunman stopped at Edward Waters University, a historically black Christian university, where he was seen putting on that tactical vest before heading to the Dollar General.
I can't tell you what his mindset was while he was there, but he did go there.
Dollar General releasing a statement overnight saying, quote, "We are heartbroken by this senseless act of violence. The brazen killing coming 5 years to the day after a mass shooting at a video game tournament right here in this same city, also carried out by a lone gunman in Jacksonville."
He was aware of that and perhaps chose this date in alignment with that.
On Saturday evening, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis releasing this video.
He took the coward's way out, but we condemn what happened in the strongest possible terms.
Meanwhile, back in Jacksonville, anger and grief as a community comes to grips with unimaginable pain.
The people in this community, they're hurting, and they have every right to. You know, this makes no sense. I am very, very angry right now.
Now, we're told the president has been briefed and the FBI is investigating this as a hate crime. Neither the names of the suspect nor the names of the victims have been formally released. Willie?
Marissa.
Good evening. Thanks for staying up late with us. I'm Jessica Moore. The Justice Department is investigating that deadly shooting as a hate crime. Today, the community in Jacksonville came together to remember the 3 victims. A vigil was held this evening near the Dollar General where the gunman opened fire. Today, officials identified the victims who range in age from 19 to 52. All this as police released new details about the suspect who they say was motivated by hate. CBS 2's Alicia Reed is in the newsroom with more.
Jessica, law enforcement officials say that Dollar Tree where the shooting occurred wasn't the gunman's first stop. And by the time he got to his final location, he was shooting people inside and outside the store. Law enforcement officials have released surveillance video of Saturday's mass shooting, spanning 11 minutes in Jacksonville, Florida. The gunman, wearing a tactical vest as well as a mask and gloves, now identified as 21-year-old Ryan Palmer.
He's a mentally deranged maniac, for lack of a better term. His writings and his manifestos were the diary of a madman.
The victims have been identified as 19-year-old A.J. Laguerre, an employee at the Dollar General, 29-year-old Gerald Gallion, and 52-year-old Michelle Carr, who officials say was shot while in her vehicle.
When you see him walk out on the sidewalk and he points that gun at that car, he fired 11 rounds at that car. He did not give any warning. He just did it.
During a vigil Sunday, family members of Gerald Gallion says he was a loving father to a young daughter who was a daddy's girl.
They just FaceTime Friday night, 2:30 in the morning. She wouldn't go to sleep, so we had to FaceTime him so she could talk to her daddy.
And he was supposed to spend time with her on Saturday.
It's sickening. It's sickening because what if he would have had his little girl? He was supposed to go pick her up. What if he would have had his daughter?
According to officials, Palmer was spotted near Edward Waters University, a historically black university. A security guard thought he was being suspicious, asked for ID. That's when Palmer left.
We are going to work with Edward Waters so that they have whatever security they need.
President Biden noting that the shooting happened while thousands of people were gathering in Washington, D.C. Saturday to commemorate the 60th anniversary of the March on Washington. Officials are vowing a thorough investigation.
The division has to stop. The hate has to stop. The rhetoric has to stop.
The sheriff's department says the shooter legally purchased the guns used in Saturday's attack. He has no criminal record, but was involved in a domestic dispute with his brother years ago, and in 2017 involuntarily committed to receive mental health services. In the newsroom, Alicia Reed, CBS 2 News.
And stay with CBS 2 for continuing coverage of the Jacksonville shooting. For updates anytime, head to our website, cbsnewyork.com.
Now, let's talk about it, guys. Let's talk about it. Here we are. I guess I could. Nah, fuck it. Here we are, guys. Let's talk about it. Here we are now. You know what's crazy? I saw this shooting, or this alleged shooting, because remember, if we're staying woke, we always have to remember there's many potential realities with this whole thing, right? I mean, let's just be real. We've heard of the fake shootings or these psychological operations. We've heard of these type of things. There's actually been someone might even say evidence of certain type of things, or at the very least, how about you go look up duping delight, and on your own time look up duping, D-U-P-I-N-G, delight, D-E-L-I-G-T, duping delight. Look that up on YouTube. Tell me what you find. However, there are enough rabbit holes that could suggest that these whole national headline things are just psychological operations are, in other words, ploys to keep us distracted, to keep us fighting. Of course, we can go down that rabbit hole. But today, what I want to do is just simply go with the narrative, right? Of course, it's always important to question these type of things. I mean, you know, why? Here's a good question. Why would this be a fake shooting, right? What if this was a fake shooting? Let's just go there first so we can talk about the elephant in the room later. Right now, let's just run through what ifs. What if that was a fake shooting? Like, okay, why would it be a fake shooting? Possibly, I don't know, maybe they could be trying to take guns, right? We talked about that before. They could be trying to possibly limit the type of guns we have, come for the guns. You know, we've had many mass shootings, there was just another one after that at some other place, and it's almost like every week they have a mass shooting. So there is a plausible argument to say they might be trying to take the guns. However, this has a particularly unique element to this story. Why? Because this is considered a hate crime. Okay, guys? This one is considered a hate crime. Now, like I said, I kind of wasn't even going to talk about it because I didn't even know it just seemed so forced, and it was like, okay, what else can I bring to the conversation, right? What can we bring to the conversation about another mass shooting? I mean, can I say the obvious? What are some of the obvious? I'm gonna read your comments, guys. What are some of the obvious things to say when it comes time to this shooting? I guess the number one thing on most black people's minds would be, where is our protection, right? In regards to us being a protected group, in regards to us getting funding, in regards to us getting special task force and all these type of luxuries that different people like the so-called Asian Americans, Pacific Islanders, these type of groups are afforded certain type of protections, right? And we've been asking for a hate crime bill and all this. I'm not into the whole political spectrum of it. However, I am aware of it, right? But this was called a hate crime. And I don't know if you guys are paying attention to that, but they keep on calling it a hate crime. Let me see what's up with the comments. Crisis actors, false flag events. You already know what time it is. But my question is this, guys. First of all, is this a real shooting? Let's talk in the chat. Is this a real shooting, or is this some type of political ploy? Remember, there's also another element. Let's take it away from the taking away your guns element. There was, like I said, the hate crime element, which we're going to talk about, the black and white element. They said he had a swastika painted on the gun and all type of shit. He had a manifesto. He hated black people, allegedly, which is, again, all this is suspicious, right? But then there's another element to it also. So there's all these different elements to this story that I really quickly wanted to talk about. So again, is it a real shooting? If it is a real shooting, remember, this is the election year. So that's the third thing about this story that makes it suspicious at the very least. It is about to be an election year. They're talking about all this election stuff, Trump and Biden and whoever else. Now it's looking like somebody could come and be a hero for black people. Mind you, even if they give us, let me just say this on a side note, if you ask me, even if they give us a hate crime bill or whatever the hell tomorrow, it's not going to stop a goddamn thing. But it would be nice for them to at least, live up to their words. Now, there's actually, I didn't even really want to talk about the hate crime because, again, we don't know how true it is, even though, yes, for all intents and purposes, it actually happened. The Buffalo shooting, we saw what happened with the Buffalo shooting. What happened with the Buffalo shooting after that? Did anything happen after the Buffalo shooting? All we got was a little stupid speech, or I don't know. Niggas start selling chitlins at the Juneteenth celebration. I don't even know. I feel like after the Buffalo shooting, niggas just ate some chitlin nuggets and called it a day, you know? But again, we're constantly told to get over it and this and that and the third. Now, before I show you the next video, I want to show you guys this. And please bear with me because I need you guys to understand it. I showed it to you a few times before, but this is very serious and I need you to understand exactly what I'm about to read to you. Okay? Hold on, let me find this. Let me find this. I'm trying to find you the paperwork. There it is. So, listen to me, guys. I'm going to say this one time and one time only, and I'm going to move forward, okay? Because I have a very specific reason why I'm coming to you with this class tonight. It's not just to talk about the hate crime bill. It's not to talk about the actual hate crime, allegedly. I need you to understand that we are under a spell. Can somebody put that in the chat for me before I even move forward? Understand that you have been put under a spell, and people like me, I don't know how long I'll be here, but I'm meant to at least break you out of the spell. Who knows if we're going to make it to heaven after you're broken out of the spell? Who even knows that? That's a whole nother journey. The kingdom says you got to save yourself. Let every man save himself. You got to save yourself with the Father. I have to save myself. All I can do is try to open your eyes to the spell that you've been putting under. Now, focus on this, guys. It says here about the Asian hate crime bills, okay? Or should I say the Asian hold on, where the hell did that go? There it is. The recent high-profile cases of hate crimes in the United States, especially those targeting Asian Americans. Listen closely, guys. The hate crimes targeting Asian Americans have raised concerns about their risk of victimization. Following the onset of the 2020 pandemic, so this is talking about hate crimes on Asians since 2020, which has only been 3 years. It says intimidations and even accusations that the novel pandemic is an Asian or Chinese virus have been linked to anti-Asian hate crime, potentially leaving members of this group not only fearful of being victimized, but also at a risk for victimization. Now, this is the most important part I want to tell you guys, and then we're going to move forward. Because I need you guys to please put on your seatbelt. Matter of fact, hold on. Guys, seatbelts. Put your seatbelt on. Because I started this very easily, but this shit can get really rocky, really fast, and if you better put them big ass titties up too. You better secure them motherfuckers, cause this ride gets really rocky. Them titties will just flap around. They're just gonna flap out. Them titties gonna be jumping all around. Jumping like Umar. Left and right. You can't control them. I'm telling you. And don't tell me, oh my God, J-Lethal, stop the ride. My titties are out. Listen. You just gonna have to rock with it at that point. So please secure your titties. Ladies, grab your titties if you love hip hop. And if you love Big Papa, gotcha. Off the words of the say, because this is the type of shit that happens every day. Okay, now listen, seriously though. I have to seriously tell you this. Because this is the serious part about it. Asian hate crimes, guys. Look in the middle of this paragraph. According to the Stop Asian American Pacific Islander Hate Center, nearly 1,900 hate crimes against Asian Americans were reported by victims. Can somebody please put that in the chat? See, this is why even on Talk My Shit Tuesday, we still gonna be teaching and we still gonna bring out receipts. See, a lot of people can talk their shit about whatever I'm doing, but I bring out actual receipts for you to look at with me. I don't just stand there telling you because it's not that believable. I want you to see it and research it. 1,900 hate crimes. The Asian people said they've dealt with 1,900 hate crimes since 2020. And it says about 70%, 69 to 70% were verbal harassment, including people just calling it the Chinese virus. So out of 1,900 hate crimes, 70% of those were just somebody telling you something. It wasn't shooting you because you're Asian. Nobody's going to Chinatown and mowing you down because you're Asian, right? That's a hate crime similar to what allegedly is happening to black people. But Asian people got a bill passed with 70% of the crimes being verbal harassment. I need you guys to talk to me in the chat real quick. What is verbal harassment? And mind you, these are what Asian people are quoting. They're quoting that. Allegedly, they're dealing with this harassment. Remember, they got money because people stopped eating Chinese food. Tell me I'm lying. Somebody tell me I'm lying, because I'll pull up that receipt right now. I'll pull up that receipt if you think I'm lying. Why do I know? Because I reported on it. Asian people got money and loans and all type of bills passed because people stopped eating Chinese food in 2020. Not to mention people weren't going nowhere in 2020, but because, oh, they said, you know, the virus comes from China, so people are scared to eat Chinese food. Okay, and what? So what? So what if a motherfucker was scared to eat some Chinese food? I've been scared to eat Chinese food since 1994. I don't eat Chinese food. The only Chinese food I've ever ate, P.F. Chang's, because I used to work there. And that's American Chinese food. I don't know, you little hole in the wall. Yes, I saw a video the other day. This nigga brought 17 pigeons and a partridge in a pear tree. Do you hear me? This man brought 17 pigeons, 2 turtle doves, and a partridge in a pear tree. An Asian man. I'll show you the video. He got caught with a fucking big ass a cage full of pigeons and bringing it to the back door of his Chinese food place. They come up with the camera like, hey, what'd you do with those pigeons? They're like, oh, no, we don't have pigeon. We don't have pigeon. I saw the pigeons. So, because people didn't want to eat your, and by the way, shout out to De Facto for making this up. He said, Asians are making soup doggy dog. He said Asian people, not all. It's just a joke, YouTube. He said you can't be mad because nobody wanted to eat your soup doggy dog. Now that's funny. Soup doggy dog. So anyway, let's get back to the topic at hand, guys. Killer. Let me ask you this, Killer. Did you see the hate crime allegedly in Jackson? And wasn't Jackson, Mississippi just going through a water crisis as well? You know, if I didn't believe in these scriptures, I sure would be really confused right now, because it seems like black people are getting the short end of the stick at every single turn. And if it wasn't for my understanding of what I believe the Bible to be telling us, I would be completely shocked and flabbergasted. However, I'm not shocked. But you know what does shock me? Now somebody tell me what percentage of the 1,900 alleged hate crimes, what percentage of that was verbal harassment for Asian people? Just so we're making sure that at least one of you guys is taking notes. out of 1,900 hate crimes, what percentage was verbal, meaning somebody telling an Asian person a Chinese virus or we're not going to eat at your restaurant? Now, mind you, that was enough to get a hate crime, and no Asian people came out and stopped it. You understand that? This is the spell that I need you guys to break out of right here. No, you did not see any Asian people on TikTok or nothing, especially no politicians. Talk to me. Give me the name of the Asian politician who is the equivalent of Jesse Jackson to the black community as far as treachery. Give me the name of the Asian on-air personality that is the equivalent of a Candace Owens to the Asian community.
Ooh, child.
Oh, you guys don't want me to start spitting. You don't want me to start spitting because you're not even listening, are you? I said, give me the name of the Asian Candace Owens who denigrates her culture every chance she gets, and the only time she opens her mouth is to chastise Asian people. It's her name. What's her name? Connie Chung? Hi, I'm Connie Chung. Who the fuck is Connie Chung? I don't know why I got that name in my vocabulary. Hi, I'm Connie Chung, and have you ever heard a bitch named Connie Chung come out and say, hi, I'm Connie Chung, and Asians, we need to stop asking for these hate crime bills. I mean, 70% of what? Let me see the percentage. Let me see if somebody got this right. Matter of fact, 69%, exactly, 69, 70%. Pit bull nuggets. Damn, they're making pit bull nuggets. Wow, $4.99. I told you, $4.99. You want pit bull nugget? $4.99. I give you 12 pit bull nugget. 12, good breed. Blue nose pit bull. I tell you no lie. Now, mind you, YouTube, this is jokes. See, you see how YouTube is about to already give me a strike for harassment. You felt it. I had to back off. But why can we joke about black people and all this goofy shit all day? Well, I'm gonna show you why. De facto, are you ready for this? And while you're watching this video, I need you to show me the Asian equivalent of this woman.
We're going to ask the governor if he would come now and bring remarks.
Well, thank you for doing this. I want to just say to the councilwoman, I got you. Don't worry about it. We've already been looking to identify funds to be able to help, one, make sure there's adequate security for Edward Waters College. We are not going to allow these institutions to be targeted by people.
Okay, listen, y'all. Let me tell you, we finna put parties aside, cause it ain't about parties today. A bullet don't know a party, so don't get me started. Okay, Jacoby is nice, but Ann is not. Now, if the
That's stupid, guys. Is this camera on me?
Yes, it's on.
That's stupid. Use your common sense, but just use your common sense. Stop it. Y'all quit playing. Quit playing. Y'all killing me with this. Y'all just don't want to believe the truth. You don't want to believe it. I hope this camera keep going. That doesn't even make sense.
We're going to ask the governor if he would come now and bring remarks.
Well, thank you for doing this. I want to just say to the councilwoman, I got you. Don't worry about it. We've already been looking to identify funds to be able to help, one, make sure there's adequate security for Edward Waters College. We are not going to allow these institutions to be targeted by people.
Okay, listen, y'all. Let me tell you, we finna put parties aside. Cause it ain't about parties today. A bullet don't know a party. So don't get me started. Okay, Jacoby is nice, but Ann is not. Now, if the governor wanted to come here and he bringing gifts to my community, y'all know I'm taking the gifts because we've been through enough already, and I don't want to go through no more. Now, y'all just be quiet just a minute and let the governor say what he gonna say, and we gonna get this party started. You hear me? Okay, let's do it.
This is a sick Negro.
I'm not asking what's in the infusion. I'm not looking up all of the ingredients in the infusion. I am sticking out my arm and I am taking the infusion.
We're going to ask the governor if he would come now and bring remarks.
Well, thank you for doing this. I want to just say to the councilwoman, I got you. Don't worry about it. We've already been looking to identify funds to be able to help, one, make sure there's adequate security for Edward Waters College. We are not going to allow these institutions to be targeted by people.
Okay, listen, y'all. Let me tell you, we finna put parties aside. Cause it ain't about parties today. A bullet don't know a party. So don't get me started. Okay, Jacoby is nice, but Ann is not. Now, if the governor wanted to come here and he bringing gifts to my community, y'all know I'm taking the gifts because we've been through enough already, and I don't want to go through no more. Now, y'all just be quiet just a minute and let the governor say what he gonna say, and we gonna get this party started. You hear me? Okay, let's do it.
Oh, we're gonna watch the rest of that video in a minute. But before I even continue, what is the problem there? Why did I show you that video? Before we even continue, because I would show you the rest and da. There's a whole lot to break down right there, guys. There's a whole lot to break down there, and this is the exact thing I'm telling you about this spell that we need to deal with, guys. You understand that? This spell that we're talking about, this is the exact thing that I'm telling you. Okay, so what is the spell with this? What is the problem? I'm going to read some comments. I know you guys probably saw that clip, and if you haven't, this woman's name is Jacoby Pittman. She is a congresswoman out there in Jacksonville. Matter of fact, I'm going to show you a little bit more of her. This is the woman who just, now mind you, if you do not understand the context, it is slightly important for me to tell you just a little backstory. Now, the white man or the red man in that clip, his name is Ron DeSantis. The people who've been following the channel, they already know this because I showed you Ron DeSantis a long time ago, and we talked about his Stop Woke thing and all this other thing. However, we did speak about the good things he did when he spoke against the transgender ideology, so it's a conflicted issue. However, when he talks about black people, we know this is a racist. Now, why is this important? Ron DeSantis, this red governor, around election time, this politician, he comes into the heart of the community that was just struck with a hate crime. This is the second so-called hate crime against black Americans in the last 2 years. So now we have a hate crime in Jackson, Mississippi, hate crime in Buffalo. None of these things have been handled. None of these things have really been handled as a hate crime, even though you're calling them hate crimes. The people, if it's a hate crime, then how are we protecting the people? So now you bring this racist man into the heart of the community. What does the heart of the community do? I'm going to ask you again. What did the heart, if you listen closely, when this man came into the community, now mind you, it's also important that he said he's trying to stop woke. And we talked about how that's a so-called dog whistle for getting black people to shut the fuck up. We've also talked about how he's allegedly passing legislation to take out certain black history from the schools. Now, picture the play, guys. I need you to follow the play, because all of this could be political theater, but it is important to the overall disrespect that we face in a day-to-day. And the reason why we face disrespect is not because people like Ron DeSantis. Ron DeSantis, he was just starting to get a piece of the wrath of us, guys. We didn't even hit this nigga over the head with a chair like Alabama yet. We haven't even brought out the folding chairs on these people, guys. And what do we have? A mammy there to do what? Stop the conversation. You see? See, this is why I can't get too, I'm trying not to get too riled up. I'm just trying to present it to you guys nice and easy. Because the fact of the matter is, this woman, this is a perfect example of so many things that we've talked about on this channel, whether it be the mother raising us since what year? Come on, guys, you already know I'm about to ask. What question I'm about to ask, and then answer it in the chat. What year? What was the year, guys? What was the year, guys? This is just for my people. If there's anybody new in the chat, please press the exactly 1970. 1970, Bryce. I said Bryce J, but I was reading Bryce's comment. Bryce says, anyone of age can carry a pistol, no questions asked. DeSantis just passed constitutional carry. So let me get back to this woman here. Now, if you don't know who this woman is, her name is Jacoby, whatever the hell. What is her name, guys? Jacoby something. Now, she was all in the press conference. Now, I'm not gonna disrespect this woman any more than she has disrespected herself. But this is a perfect example. It's very indicative of the so-called leadership that they purposely put into leadership. Don't you understand? Anybody who's genuinely there to make a change, they get removed or killed strategically. They strategically have these buffoon-ass mammies in the motherfucking chat. Look at this. And look at this woman here, and you tell me that she is not a racist. She is a racist, a white supremacist wet dream. This woman is a white supremacist wet dream. She got the big red lips. She got the wild hair and all this. She got the big old glasses. She got all this crazy jewelry and all this African and stuff. And she's a white supremacist dream. And what is she doing? She's all, look at her. Now we're going to talk about this woman because this is important. Notice how she's at the press conference. She's looking distraught right here. The police have to console her after these people were killed, and she's a congresswoman, and it's affecting her community, right? So if it's affecting her community, why is she stopping the community from grieving properly and giving negative energy to Ron DeSantis? Now, again, Ron DeSantis is trying to allegedly remove certain black history being taught. So what is the implications of that? When you're not going to be able to sympathize. Now, I'm going to say this one last time, and we're going to move forward. When you remove black history, you already don't give a fuck about black people. But if there was anything that was going to humanize us or make somebody feel like they should treat us like a human, it would be our history. If you remove that and all you have is a bunch of mammy shit on the television, no one is going to understand why they need to treat you like a human. Do you understand, guys? I'm trying not to lose anybody here. Put a cooking emoji if you could understand what I'm telling you right now. There's a purposeful engineering of society. They're putting mammies and pookies and all type of bullshit on the pedestal on purpose to deter our motherfucking culture. So this woman, I don't know who voted her in, but she needs to get voted the fuck out. And if you don't see why, let's continue, because I don't think you see why. Matter of fact, let's see how sad she was right after it happened.
I'm just lost for words. It's like everything happens in District 10, and our community is sick and tired of being sick and tired. You know, today, you know, we're here, we're praying, you know, we're asking the community. You know, this was something that was unexpected. It was down from EWU. Out from what I understand, it was supposed to have been, you know, a shooting at EWC. I'm not really sure, but that's what some of the people are out here saying. This is a tragic moment. My heart is heavy, and I'm just tired seeing all the shootings. You know, we have 4 districts into one, and as a community, the mayor and I was just together on this past Thursday, and we want a solution. Our sheriff is doing the best that he can, but as an alignment and resources to the community.
Blah, blah, blah. Talk to me in the chat. You see what I'm talking about? She's on that Mary J. Blige, I'm not gonna cry no more energy. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. You see? So again, this woman represents a large portion of what is wrong in our community. One, the mother mammy. The mother mammy who feels like she can mammy her way and barge her way. When I say mammy your way into something, think of a crowbar. You know, a crowbar, you just break into some shit. That's how you mammy your way into some shit and just mammy your way into control. I just made that up right now. These bitches are mammying everywhere. This is the mammification. This is the mammification of America, though. The mammification, understand it. Because we have to go back to the original mammy. This is the one that had, ooh, child, ooh, Lord. We can go back to that one, but I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about the 1970 mammy. The 1970 and after. Because at least maybe the older mammy, she might have had some, you know, some older values. The 1971, she's the one that feels like Aretha Franklin, R-E-S-P-E-C-T, because of my money. Then I told you before, when you listen to that song, Aretha Franklin, Respect, R-E-S-P-E-C-T, she's talking the whole song. The only reason why you should respect her is because she has money, and she probably got more money than you, and she could kick you out. The next year, what comes out? Hit the Road Jack, and don't you come back no more. That was actually first. Hit the Road Jack was Ray Charles, where a bitch is telling the nigga to get the fuck out. So this is actually historical. It started taking off. If you could create a chart, you would see from 1960, the number of motherless households went up. The number of fatherless households goes down. Now, why is this important? Because this woman represents the mammy of the house. Not knowing what the fuck she's talking about, not having any kind of backbone. And I'm not saying the mothers in our community since 1970 hadn't had a backbone or none of that. I'm saying this type of prototype, the loud, aggressive. Now, this is what I need you to notice. Why do they speak to us like this? Why does Gabrielle Union to this woman, to everybody in between, come to talk down to us? Barack Obama. Every time Barack Obama spoke specifically to black people, he got his little lingo, his little walk. He start talking with a twang, start talking like he's in the hood or some bastardized version of being in the hood. And then he starts telling us we need to stop twerking. We need to stop wearing big jewelry. We need to stop this. We need to stop that. Barack Obama, fuck you. So now we have this woman. When Ron DeSantis comes to the community, see, this is the problem. These loud ass mammies, and I'm going to play the video again because it's not just one loud ass mammy. The moment she come in, and watch how she comes in. Woo, give me the microphone, massa. You see? And the white man standing back just like, yes, yes. Handle these niggas. And she's like, don't worry, massa. I'ma handle these niggas. Now you, woo, yeah. You better go on it. Now shush now. Now hush now. Now listen to what she said, guys. Now hush now. Massa came all the way down here from the big house. I won't have y'all niggas out here just fucking up around me, making me look bad in my district. You know I own this district. Now listen here now. Now Massa's gonna talk on the microphone. Y'all gonna shut your mouth and you gonna take whatever Massa gives. Massa's gonna give me some gifts. This bitch, excuse my language, this lovely child of God, she says Massa is going to give me gifts, and you know I'm gonna take me some gifts. So I'm going to play this video, and I have so many things to say about this, but this is why I wanted to do this whole stream. Can somebody tell me, before I even continue, what type of gift, first of all, is this woman anticipating from this red man? Somebody tell me what type of gift. Maybe he's going to put his red dick in her mouth. What type of gift is this woman anticipating, number one, when she says, just shut your mouth, I'm about to get a gift? Here's the second question. What gift, this is a completely different question from the first question. First question, what gift is this mammy, what is she anticipating? Here's the second most important question. What type of gift would be suffice to give someone or a group of people after a hate crime against them where 3 people died by the hands of a systematic enforcement of the ideologies of white supremacy? What type of gift would be suffice to make us shut the fuck up? Because that's essentially what you told us. Shut the fuck up. Stop telling us your real feelings. I'm about to get a gift. So you have to tell me what the gift was that was so important to you to tell us to shut the fuck up. And then you got to tell me what gift is even powerful enough to make me shut the fuck up against this devil in these circumstances. Talk to me in the chat.
We're going to ask the governor if he would come now and bring remarks.
Well, thank you for doing this. I want to just say to the councilwoman, I got you. Don't worry about it. We've already been looking to identify funds to be able to help, one, make sure there's adequate security for Edward Waters College. We are not going to allow these institutions to be targeted by people.
Okay, listen, y'all. Let me tell you, we finna put parties aside, cause it ain't about parties today. A bullet don't know a party, so don't get me started. Okay, Jacoby is nice, but Ann is not. Now, if the governor wanted to come here and he bringing gifts to my community, y'all know I'm taking the gifts, because we've been through enough already, and I don't want to go through no more. Now, y'all just be quiet just a minute and let the governor say what he gonna say, and we gonna get this party started. You hear me? Okay, let's do it.
So we have already identified funds from the state of Florida. I've been in touch with Dr. Faison. We're going to be announcing some stuff tomorrow morning, which I think will help not only with security, but also an attempt to help these families. The fact of the matter is, you had a major league scumbag come from Clay County up here, And what he did is totally unacceptable in the state of Florida. We are not going to let people be targeted based on their race. We are going to stand up, and we are going to do what we need to do to make sure that evil does not triumph in the state of Florida. And that means we are going to work with Edward Waters so that they have whatever security they need. In Florida, we've already given a lot of money to Jewish day schools because they've been targeted with anti-Semitism. Well, let me tell you this. You are not going to target HBCUs in the state of Florida and get away with it. We're going to hold you accountable. We're not going to let it happen. And we thank what everybody's done, TK, the mayor, and just know that the state of Florida stands with the community. Help is on the way. God bless you all.
Do you support reparations for black people?
Well, listen, I'm not going to sit here and say I'm going to do something that's only going to benefit black people. No, because whatever benefits that black family will benefit that community and society as a whole in the country, right? Whatever benefits that black family will benefit that community and society as a whole in the country. Right?
So talk to me in the chat. Is it starting to make sense at all? Did you see how he threw in the anti-Semitism at the end? He said, well, you know, we already gave money to the anti-Semitic Jewish school. How dare you? You have stolen my childhood and my dreams. How dare you? This nigga literally came, and this is what I'm saying. The level of disrespect is only outmatched by the level of coonery by this woman. So the level of disrespect of Ron DeSantis, some white guy who's been talking shit about black people this entire campaign, and matter of fact, hold on, hashtag stick with me. Somebody please put that in the chat. Hashtag stick with me. Oh boy. Come on. History, watch later. Yo, can y'all hear me? I'm pretty sure y'all can hear me. I want to show you this real quick too, because I found this real quick. By the way, this is just a Talk My Shit Tuesday. So I usually would have all these videos already prepared, but today I just happened to be doing this. So I just happen to want to talk about this today. So I just want to show you this too real quick, just to give you some just to give you guys some context. Let me show you this.
Well, look, I mean, this is Florida elections are always competitive, and you know, this is a guy who although he's much too liberal for Florida, I think he's got huge problems with how he's governed Tallahassee. He is an articulate spokesman for those far left views, and he's a charismatic candidate. And I watched those Democrat debates. None of that was my cup of tea, but I mean, he performed better than the other people there. So we've got to work hard to make sure that we continue Florida going in a good direction. Let's build off the success we've had on Governor Scott. The last thing we need to do is to monkey this up by trying to embrace a socialist agenda with huge tax increases and bankrupting the state. Scott, the last thing we need to do is to monkey this up by trying to embrace a socialist agenda to make sure that we continue Florida going in a good direction. Let's build off the success we've had on Governor Scott. The last thing we need to do is to monkey this up by trying to make sure that we continue Florida going in a good direction. Let's build off the success we've had on Governor Scott. The last thing we need to do is to monkey this up by...
That's suspicious. That's weird. And you want to know what else is funny?
Funny, guys. So allegedly, Ron DeSantis. Now I just found that to be funny, but Ron DeSantis, he was talking about a black man, and then he says, we don't want to monkey it up. But hold on, I have a few more videos I just want to show you guys because that Mammy video was insane to me, guys, and I can't even really. Hold on.
Campaign, one of your donors called President Obama the N-word. You denounced his comments, but you did not return the money. The morning after your primary win, you said Florida voters shouldn't, quote, monkey this up by electing Mayor Gillum. You insisted your comments had nothing to do with race. But what do you say to Florida voters who have concerns about your keeping the money from that contributor, your comments, and about your tolerance? Because he made a mistake, he apologized. Here's the deal. You look at my record, whether it's in the military, when we're downrange in Iraq, it didn't matter your race. We all wore the same uniform. We all had that American flag patch on our arm, and that was end of story.
Somebody talk to me in the chat. Can y'all hear me? I know I have a few of my people in the chat that have served time in the military. This is another talking point that these racists like to use, like, oh, we all bleed the same. I had black brothers in the army as well. Now, I've never been in the army. Can somebody tell me who's ever been in the army, the Navy, any branch of the government, military, whatever? Can somebody confirm to me what I already know to be true? Is it true or false that if you are black in any form of the military, you have faced systematic racism? Is it true or false? Every black person since the Civil War, since your grandma and granny and them that all served in the military, is it true that they have faced systematic racism that they could not do anything about out in the open and they all knew about it? Is it true or false? All this, oh, we were brothers in arms, and when I had my brothers and we were all the same color. Is it true or is it false? I need to know. In other words, true, yes, there is systematic enforcement of the ideologies of white supremacy all throughout the military. Or false, no, we're all one big brotherhood there. Solo Dolo says the army was extremely racist. Extremely. So this is the man. Remember, why am I showing you this? We already know who this guy is, but this is the man that the woman decided to tell us to shut up about and let him talk so that he can give her some gifts. They're asking him, is he racist because of his ties to Donald Trump, because his supporters calling Barack Obama a nigger, because he's saying something about monkeying it up when he's talking about a black man, as if he doesn't know the implications of a monkey and a black man. And this is his justification. I was in the army with black men. Listen to the bullshit, guys.
That's been plaguing your campaign. One of your donors called President Obama the N-word. You denounced his comments, but you did not return the money. The morning after your primary win, you said Florida voters shouldn't, quote, monkey this up by electing Mayor Gillum. You insisted your comments had nothing to do with race. But what do you say to Florida voters who have concerns about your keeping the money from that contributor, your comments, and about your tolerance? Because he made a mistake, he apologized. Here's the deal. You look at my record, whether it's in the military, when we're downrange in Iraq, it didn't matter your race. We all wore the same uniform. We all had that American flag patch on our arm, and that was end of story. You look at me as a prosecutor working with law enforcement. It didn't matter the race of the victim. We were there to support the race of the victim. So Floridians can know that I'll be a governor for all Floridians. That's the only way you can do it. It doesn't mean we're going to agree on every issue, but you know what? If we disagree tomorrow, maybe 2 weeks later we'll find some common ground. So that is what I believe. And here's the thing. I look at what Andrew has done in terms of aligning himself with groups like the Dream Defenders, who he stood on the debate stage, said he stood with them, he stood by them. But one of their main planks of their...
Anyway, I don't feel like listening to this devil. I just wanted to show you this is the dude. And the black community tried to boo him. Now, I want to ask you guys this again in the chat. Tell me who is the Asian equivalent of this woman who came to tell us to shut up? How come the Asian community, the Jewish, I'm going to just name the Asian and the Jewish community. How come we don't have anybody in the Asian community or the Jewish community telling Asians and Jewish people to shut up and calm down and don't ask for reparations, don't ask for this, and don't ask for a hate crime bill, and don't accept this, and forgive everybody? Why is it just us? Because I don't have a problem with forgiving and all of that, but why is it only us? And I need you to tell me, like I said, the Asian equivalent. And see, this man comes and disrespects us because this woman knows. Now, let me show you something else. Hold on. The reason why this man comes and disrespects us is because he knows that that woman is going to put us in check. Don't you see that? Hold on. So this video right here I'm about to show you guys is video
to that racially motivated racist shooting at a Dollar General store in Florida. We're learning more.
So let me play this video one more time for you guys. And I'm going to play it again at the end. But this is the problem, one of the biggest problems in the black community. A loud ass, cantankerous woman. By the way, look at this woman right here.
My name is Jacoby Pittman, and I am a straight ally. The passage of the HRO is an opportunity for us to come together in the community to support legislation that is inclusive of LGBT, not exclusion.
Sensational.
Put that in the chat. This is the same woman. Oh yeah, you know, Receipt King had to put a little razzle dazzle on it. You know, a lot of people are going to talk about her coonery and buffoonery. A few people are going to actually look her up. And what has she been talking about? Yeah, I looked her up real quick. Solo, guess what? I looked her up. Guess what I found, Solo? First of all, you saw that. She said we need to pass this legislation for the LGBT. So, I mean, we already know where she's going with that. But look at this one, too. Hold on. This is on her page. This is on her page right here. Jacoby Pittman. What do you guys notice about this? Now, you've been watching me for a minute. Go ahead and talk to me about this. I need you guys to go ahead and preach to me real quick. Can somebody call in real quick about this mammy shit? Hold on, let me see. Call in for 7 minutes about this mammy if you want. I'm giving 7 minutes free. What's 7 minutes times 60? That's a long time. I'm giving you a lot of seconds to go in on this mammy stuff before I go in. Because this is the woman. There we go. Exactly. Exactly. That's the first thing I noticed. I thought about you guys. The moment I saw this picture, I thought about all of y'all. I said, I'm going to show it to the class. I'm not going to say anything. I'm going to see what they say. And sure enough, you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. That fake ass, stupid hand raise. That fake is not even above the head. You know, I'm thinking that that fist is getting lower and lower and lower. Because if you look back, at least in 1970, when the white woman first infiltrated the black community, at least they put that fist over the head. Now, it looks fake. It looks completely fake and weak and fragile, but at least they put it over their head, right? But my hypothesis is that over the years, the fist has gotten lower and lower and lower and lower to the point where damn near before you know it, the fist isn't even going to be, it's going to be by your waist. Look at this. And it says, local women create a united front for black women business matter. Now, I'm looking at these women. I really hope that, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. There's 15 women here. I truly hope that these 15 women love, respect, adore, and admire black men. Put some flower emojis in the chat if these 14 women love, respect, admire, and adore black men, and put the boo-boo emoji in the chat if they do not, or at least the majority of them have a somewhat of a disdain. Because when we see a picture like this about the black business, the black woman business matter, you might confuse this with the black community. No, if you saw the cocktails with the queens, with Lisa Ray and whoever else, these bitches that were talking shit about Ice Cube, they made sure to tell Ice Cube that black women are separate from the black community. So when you see this mammy ass woman trying to come and tell us to shut up and calm down, that's that exact spell that I told you. And we need to not get too harsh on the women, because before you guys start going in on mammy, think about Steve Harvey. Okay, so for every mammy, I can give you a Steve Harvey. Now let me bring on my next guest real quick. My nigga De Facto in the motherfucking cheese. De Facto, what up, blood?
Salute them.
What up? Hold on. Let me make sure you're not echoing. De Facto in the chat. Speak to us, brother.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah. I just got one question for you and the chat. Why do our women never remind us that it's a gender war when somebody promote black girl magic?
Say it again. Walk us through it. Say it again.
Why don't any of our women remind us it's a gender war when anybody promotes black girl magic?
Okay.
It's only a gender war when you see red pill content, but it's never a gender war when you got black girl magic.
Well, see, that's actually a good point. I think, it's obvious we know that the whole sister girl independent movement, that's what's being fueled right now. So and it's been fueled for a long time. And so that's the whole point, right? Is that the black men that are speaking, or the quote unquote Kevin Samuels, oh, let me show you this. De facto.
Yeah.
Did you see that? I don't know if you saw this. Did you see this picture right here?
Nah, I ain't seen that.
Okay, look closely, brother. What do you see on her shirt?
It's like Kevin died.
Huh?
Says Kevin died.
That's all you see?
Kevin
Samuels
died.
Say it again.
Kevin Samuels died.
Is that that's what it says, right?
Yup.
What do you think about a woman who comes out in the house wearing a shirt like this and takes a picture smiling? What is the implications of that? Because remember, your question was the black girl magic versus the so-called red pill content. So let's just say someone like Kevin Samuels, who would be black boy magic. He would be giving us all our, whatever the case. What is the implications of a black woman coming out of the house wearing this?
Well, she took the white supremacist gun and ran. She gonna be remembered as a traitor.
Damn. And what would you do if I told you this? Hold on, because it gets deeper. Please tell me I didn't delete the thing. I hope I didn't delete it. Damn it, I might have deleted it. That shirt that she's wearing, that woman, that's a Facebook group, de facto.
Yeah, I bet.
I'm trying to, oh my God. Solo, look at this. First of all, this is the Facebook group. Okay, go look it up, de facto, when you have time. I don't really
Baby Mama Brigade. That's what that group should be called.
But look how many members are there.
I know it's got to be a lot.
You see at the top right there, 6.2.
Bonding.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
6.2 thousand members. And look, when you read it, it just seems innocent. Oh, this is just a group specifically for the purpose of letting people know that are not aware that social media personality Kevin Samuels passed away, right? So, first of all, he died almost 2 years ago. Why would there be a group with 6.2 thousand people in it actively?
This is my thing. Why are they allowed to be on social media doing stuff like this with that man's name attached to it?
De facto, please say that again for the people in the back.
Why are they allowed to do this on public? Like you seen with Fresh and Fit, they got took down talking about this said group, but they can talk about anybody in our said group, and it's okay.
Now, first of all, let me say this. Fresh and Fit didn't even get taken down. Them bitch ass niggas are just mad because they're demonetized.
Oh, yeah.
That's a very big difference. And everybody who's a social media content creator knows this. And I think everybody who's in the comments, they should know this too. There's a difference between being banned, like J-LEETHAL channel deleted or suspended, versus being demonetized. Demonetized means you can't make money off commercials and super chats and shit like that. You got to just hope that
they already are part of the establishment. We anti-establishment. So for them to get demonetized on a platform such as YouTube, it's kind of like, yeah, okay. They tired of y'all with this manosphere red pill shit. And that's all it really is. They just don't want they sick of this. YouTube is sick of it.
But let me get back to your question, because all of it's very important. First of all, let me ask you this, because fuck that. Talk to me in the chat. Fuck that.
Hey, do you ever wonder, like, what is going on? I mean, like, do you ever like wake up or do something and you're just like, what the fuck is going on?
Facto, I need you to tell me what you feel about this.
We're going to ask the governor if he would come now and bring remarks.
Well, thank you for doing this. I want to just say to the councilwoman, Councilwoman, I got you. Don't worry about it. We've already been looking to identify funds to be able to help, one, make sure there's adequate security for Edward Waters College. We are not going to allow these institutions to be targeted by people.
Okay, listen, y'all. Let me tell you, we finna put parties aside. Cause it ain't about parties today. A bullet don't know a party. So don't get me started. Okay, Jacoby is nice, but Ann is not. Now, if the governor wanted to come here and he bringing gifts to my community, y'all know I'm taking the gifts. Because we've been through enough already, and I don't want to go through no more. Now, y'all just be quiet just a minute and let the governor say what he gonna say, and we gonna get this party started. You hear me? Okay, let's do it.
So we have already identified funds from the state of Florida. I've been in touch with Dr. Faison. We're going to be announcing some stuff tomorrow morning, which I...
Wait, de facto, can you hear me?
Massa gave me a 4-piece strawberry butter biscuit from Popeyes, and he gave me some new tap shoes, and I'm so happy. So y'all need to be quiet.
Be all quiet now. Now, Massa came down from the big house. De facto, can you believe that these niggas had the nerve to boo Massa? Are these some runaway slaves? These must be some runaway slaves. If you gonna boo Massa, he came
They
down.
booed Master, but was not in their head with her.
Say it again.
They booed Master, but was not in their head with her.
And then look. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Let me play it one more time because that's one of the most important parts. She literally did witchcraft on them, y'all. They were booing. And then the moment she grabbed the microphone and started preaching to them, then you hear the other mammies come out. Woo, yes. What do you mean? How the fuck were everybody booing? And then the moment she tell you guys shame on you, now all the mammies come out. Amen, Lord. Yes, we gonna listen to Massa.
We're going to ask the governor if he would come now and bring remarks.
Well, thank you for doing this. I want to just say to the councilwoman, I got you. Don't worry about it. We've already been looking to identify funds to be able to help, one, make sure there's adequate security for Edward Waters College. We are not going to allow these institutions to be targeted by people.
Okay, listen, y'all. Let me tell you, we finna put parties aside. Cause it ain't about parties today. A bullet don't know a party. So don't get me started.
See? So don't get me started, de facto. You see how she can talk to us?
Sick. Just sick.
And again, de facto, where's the Asian equivalent or the Jewish equivalent of this woman or Candace Owens or somebody, Larry Elder? They had this other man, Larry Elder.
Michelle Malkin.
Huh?
That's about the closest one I can think of.
What's her name?
Michelle Malkin. She works with that Fox News crowd.
Michelle Malkin?
Yo, she's a Filipino coon.
Is she pure Filipino or Filipino and white?
I believe Filipino, and I believe she's full Filipino.
And what are her talking points? Does she go against the Filipino people?
Black on black crime. Asians are complainers. They just need to pull themselves up by their bootstraps.
Oh, she says that about Asians?
Oh yeah.
I gotta check her out. I haven't seen her because I wasn't aware of anybody from any other community that just openly tells their community to shut the fuck up. I thought black people were the only ones.
Oh no, she doesn't do it now. That's a thing of the past. You know, since the Stop Asian Hate.
Oh, wait. So Wait, so she fell in line with the Stop Asian Hate thing?
Yeah, a lot of Republicans did. Is
Wow.
all of the shit that they talk.
Okay, so that proves my point. That proves my point. Did you see how I said that when the Stop Asian Hate thing was going on, there were no Asians to come out to tell them not to seek any kind of bills or to seek any kind of refuge.
Oh yeah, they have to.
Okay, now let me ask in the chat for the chat, is it surprising that this mammy also supports the LGBT community?
My name is Jacoby Pittman, and I am a straight ally. The passage of the HRO is an opportunity for us to come together in the community to support legislation that is inclusive of LGBT, not exclusion.
And they called it a straight ally, but they're talking about inclusion for the LGBT community. Is that any surprise to you?
Nope, not one bit.
Wow.
Is she a Republican? Jacoby, whatever her name is.
No, somebody talk to me in the chat. Is this woman a Republican or is she a Democrat? I think she's a Democrat, isn't she? Let me see. Let me show you this video real quick, guys. This is the same woman who was just being a mammy, and guys, put a wizard emoji in the chat. Put a magic emoji in the chat if you can see how these people, Steve Harvey, this woman, Gabrielle Union, they're literally keeping us under a spell to keep us at the bottom. I need you to understand that. This woman, and everybody's eating her ass up on Twitter, eating her ass up on Instagram. She did an interview after her mammy shit. This is the new interview after her mammy shit. De facto, you look at this.
Oh yeah, I'm watching.
In our community, our sheriff and our mayor has been intentional.
Hold on, let me mute your mic until I bring you back on. De facto, just mute it for right quick.
Good.
Y'all, so this is the if you look right there, this video just came out yesterday. So this is a video after she did that embarrassing ass shit and everybody chewed her ass up, because if somebody that was against the Asian community went, if a politician that was openly against the Asian community or was openly trying to remove Asian history, if that politician went to the Asian community, nobody would tell the Asians to shut up. If a politician that was openly against the LGBT community and he got booed, nobody would tell that the LGBT community to shut the fuck up. If a politician was openly against the Jewish community and went to the Jewish community to give a speech, nobody would tell the Jewish people to shut the fuck up. So why is it when somebody's openly against black people in America, you have the moment we give him a boo, we didn't throw tomatoes at that motherfucker. We didn't throw eggs at him. We didn't hit him with a chair like Alabama. We simply booed him. Why did this woman have the nerve to come out? Let me see this.
For us and our community. Our sheriff and our mayor has been intentional, along with me and the city council, to make sure that we're reaching out and that we continue to try to heal from this tragic event.
Can't imagine. And if I may touch on what you just brought up, that this shooting, this atrocity was motivated by racism, the evidence suggests strongly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, guys, look at this bullshit right here. Look at this bullshit right here. First of all, look at this disingenuous ass red man. Listen to this disingenuous red man. And now listen to the woman. She's going to talk about when they booed Governor DeSantis. Look at this.
We gotta love the hate away.
Look at it, de facto. This is de facto. This is some color purple shit if I never seen it.
If I may touch on what you just brought up, that this shooting, this atrocity was motivated by racism, the evidence suggests strongly.
Yes.
Talk to me about, you mentioned the community. You know, I'm an older reporter. I'm 63 years old. When I was a younger man, racism was shameful, seemed to be under the rock of American life. Only the slimy people were there.
De facto. Can you hear me, de facto?
Yep, I heard you.
This man said he's 63 years old, and when he was younger, racism was under the rock, and only the slimy people were dealing with racism. And it was much more, it was out of the way, and nobody was thinking about it. It was under a rock. He wants us to believe he's a 60-year-old white man, and when he was growing up, racism was under a rock.
Them was the good old days.
Ah.
You could hang niggas from trees and get away with it.
Ah.
They didn't need to shoot up people. They didn't need to shoot
Say that again.
innocent
Say that
people.
again. I need to hear you clearly.
They didn't need to shoot up innocent black people. They could just hang you from trees back then.
Oh, so that's what he means, make America great again, when it wasn't a big fuss. It was just don't come to the small town. Try that shit in a small town.
Yeah, just don't try it in a small town. Anywhere else to do. Just not a small town.
Oh, so that's what he means when he says, I'm 60 years old, but when I was younger, racism was under a rock. Listen to this, chat. Listen.
If I may touch on what you just brought up, that this shooting, this atrocity was motivated by racism, the evidence suggests strongly.
Yes.
Talk to me about, you mentioned the community. You know, I'm an older reporter. I'm 63 years old. When I was a younger man, racism was shameful, seemed to be under the rock of American life. Only the slimy people were there. Now you see it in a lot of places online and elsewhere, maybe even in our politics at times.
Now, before I go in de facto on this we shall overcome ass shit right here, tell me what time in America was racism under a rock? What year was that? Because this man is 63 years old. He's talking about some magical year or group of years where racism was under a rock.
Before Plymouth Rock? I guess that's the rock he's talking about. Before Plymouth Rock.
We didn't land on Plymouth Rock. Plymouth Rock landed on us. And it's crazy because, again, this is the type of shit that they can get away with and play right in front of our face. Now look at this, guys. Go ahead and put the we shall overcome in the chat. If you see the play right here. This is the spell again right here. Who are they praying to? Okay, let me ask you again. Let me ask you this before I even continue. Let's just say they're praying to God, right? Or praying to Jesus. And if all of them were to imagine Jesus in the middle of that circle to appear, what would Jesus look like? Would he look like them, or would he look like a white savior?
We shall overcome someday. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe we shall overcome someday.
Yeah, man.
How was the atmosphere in Jacksonville? Was this something that you could have imagined happening? Because look, we're still working on this problem after several hundred years. Is this something that that shocked you, or something that you recognize as there and erupted in this way?
Well, definitely shocked, especially in the middle of the day. Systemic racism has been around a long, long time. You know, what hurts is that, you know, trying to erase our history, you know, through policies. Unfortunately, our history has to be told. And
guys, did you hear what she just said? Why is this important? She literally just said, what's hurting us right now is erasing our history and making policies against us. That's
She
literally
literally just argued for our point where we was roasting the shit out of her on Twitter. She's
right.
literally advocating for the dude who's trying to take our history out of schools.
Right. Listen again.
What hurts is that, you know, trying to erase our history long time. You know, what hurts is that, you know, trying to erase our history, you know, through policies. Unfortunately,
de facto, who is trying to erase our history through policies in Florida?
Ron DeSantis.
And so if Ron if Ron DeSantis is trying to erase our history through policies in Florida, why is this woman trying to tell us to allow him to give her a gift and to shut the fuck up while he gives her a gift?
Because she Bunny Rooker.
Hold on.
Our history has to be told. And we have to continue to join hands. As you saw in the middle of the street, all we could do is join hands and pray at that particular time, because, you know, we couldn't make a phone call. We couldn't write a check to make things.
You hear what she said? All we can do is stand in the middle of the street and hold hands. Do you hear what the Black community, do you hear the spells that they're putting on us? Is that all the Asian community can do? I'm going to keep on calling out every single other community specifically, not because I hate them, but because I need to make the point. Does the Asian community just stand around and grab hands in the middle of the street and sing "We Shall Overcome"? This woman literally just said that's all we can do about getting shot down is grab hands in the middle of broad day traffic and just stand around and sing to white Jesus. That's all we can do. But when Massa comes to our neighborhood, we can't even boo him. How about that? We can boo him. We can do that. But no, you want us to shut the fuck up. And de facto, this is the same thing I'm always talking about. Every time there's always a nigga there to tell you, calm down, not right now, not here. This isn't the time or the place for that. They're always going to tell you this isn't the time or the place, de facto.
Gatekeepers.
The gatekeepers.
Someone please call 911.
It's change in that community. As you can see, us in the community, it is a thriving community. It has a lot of cultural heritages there in the community. We have HBCU, a college that's down the street from us. And, you know, right now it's all about healing. It's healing the families. This event of hate, you know, when I talk about it, I get so angry, has crippled our community. And that is unjust. And it shouldn't be happening.
You see, again, chat, I'm gonna read some comments. Do you hear the constant witchcraft she's putting on us? It's crippled our community. Oh my God, this It's crippled our community. All we can do is stand around and grab hands, and that's all we can do. It's crippled our community. And then she tells us to shut up and listen to him. And, she literally said, if he's gonna give me a gift, I'm gonna take the gift.
We're going to ask the governor if he would come now and bring remarks.
Well, thank you for doing this. I want to just say to the councilwoman, I got you. Don't worry about it. We've already been looking to identify funds to be able to help, one, make sure there's adequate security for Edward Waters College. We are not going to allow these institutions to be targeted by people.
Okay, listen, y'all. Let me tell you, we finna put parties aside. Cause it ain't about parties today. A bullet don't know a party. So don't get me started. Okay, Jacoby is nice, but Ann is not. Now, if the governor wanted to come here and he bringing gifts to my community, y'all know I'm taking the gifts because we've been through enough already, and I don't want to go through no more.
Now, somebody tell me, de facto.
I couldn't even do it. It was too much coon shit. She
De
deserved.
facto.
Can I nominate her for Coon Train for her Coon Award, Coon of the Year award?
Oh, that was an instant Academy Award winning performance.
Yes, it was.
I'll raise you one, de facto. This woman damn near, oh my God. You know who can play her? Viola Davis. Snotty nose Viola Davis. I just got a vision, de facto. Follow me.
Or Oprah with a blonde wig.
Oh, Oprah. Oh my God. Oprah with her big ass titties can play her. Okay, I need to put a poll in the chat. Biggest titties. Well, first of all, biggest titties goes to Oprah, but who's supposed to play her? Viola Davis with the stank face and the snotty nose. Remember, really Barack? Really Barack Obama? Or Oprah Winfrey with her big titties and just, put a blonde wig on her. I think Oprah, she looks very, she's giving Oprah, but her mammy performance is giving Viola Davis. So my question is this: what gifts is she expecting? She's telling us to shut up because he might be giving her a gift. What type of gift? What the fuck does that mean de facto?
Plenty of butter biscuits. Many butter biscuits.
Nah, there's no way she's really getting actual butter biscuits in 2023.
Well, butter biscuit votes for her district that she can steal from the Republican Party that can vote for her.
Mo Facts, call in. Let's have a little panel on this coonery buffoonery. Mo Facts, I know you got something to say about this. So wait. Okay, so say it again, de facto. What gifts? She said, y'all need to shut up. Ron DeSantis, even though he hates us, he's gonna give me gifts. I'm gonna take these gifts. And then she started talking to them like she knows them, like you know me. I'm Miss Ann. She called herself Miss Ann. Where did
Trying
that
to
come
tap into
from?
that white vote, the white moderate vote.
Jennifer Lewis. Who is Jennifer Lewis? Let me look her
Oh,
up.
Jennifer Lewis, the woman from Blackish.
Jennifer Lewis.
The lady from Blackish, the old lady.
The mixed lady?
The older lady that played Anthony Anderson mama on the show.
Jennifer Lewis. Yeah, wow.
She's an old big wench too.
She's a super bad wench. I played the video where she was like, I don't care. Hold on one second.
Yeah, with John Voight.
Hold on. Hold on. Technical difficulties. Hold on. Yeah, no, I played the video where she was like, I don't care where you go, where you work, and go outside and vote. Somebody go look up Jennifer Lewis. She said, get your ass out and vote. Get your ass out and vote. Does anybody remember that? Jennifer Lewis, get your ass. And she was literally like mammy in the streets for Joe Biden. Remember, when these black politicians or these black people come out and tell you to get your ass out and vote, they're telling you to vote for a particular person. Even when P. Diddy, remember P. Diddy had that little the vote or die thing going on? Well, anyway, when P. Diddy
Yeah,
had
I
the
remember that. I remember
yeah,
that when
yeah,
against George Bush against Al Gore.
yeah, basically, they're when they tell you to go vote, they're not telling you to just vote for who you want to. They're telling you to vote for the candidate that they want to vote for you. But let's listen to this woman, and I'm gonna show you again why we are in complete slavery. Listen to this, guys. Mute your thing real quick, de facto. Listen to this.
You know, we have seen an elevation of hate crimes, not just in Jacksonville, but around our communities and states, you know, and it hurts. I'm grieving for the families, you know, the children that have to go without a mother, a father, or a grandmother. You know, it is this life, every life matter. You know, what matters to those residents, it matters to me, it matters to the leadership in our community. And we must do better.
And to the country. No, absolutely.
Yes.
And if I could just ask one final question, because we are divided politically in so many ways. And Governor DeSantis, you know, he came to the vigil, he was booed, and you stepped forward and you said, you know, this is not about political parties. But you mentioned history as well. You know, he's declared himself the governor of the state where woke goes to die, talking.
Listen to this, guys. Somebody put that in the chat. The red man is asking the important questions. Somebody put that in the chat. The red man, believe it or not, is asking the important questions because she said, you know, the thing that's hurting our community the most is these policies removing our history. So this man, he says, okay, well, you said that that's what's hurting you the most. Well, Ron DeSantis is removing your history. Let's see what this woman has to say. Do you think that this woman is going to accept accountability and hold masses' feet to the fire? Let's see.
Because we are divided politically in so many ways. And Governor DeSantis, you know, he came to the vigil, he was booed, and you stepped forward and you said, you know, this is not about political parties. But you mentioned history as well. You know, he's declared himself the governor of the state where woke goes to die, talking about a lot of the teaching of history in schools and things like that. And I just wonder, you know, what was your reaction to the governor and what he had to say, and how, once again, this struggle over the meaning of our history, especially when it comes to race, has become front and center in his campaign and in the national conversation?
So let me say this, and I want to be very clear. You know, I don't support the governor's stance because I am a Black woman, and a lot of those legislation that he supports, we just saw what happened to my community, you know, with carrying a concealed weapon. You know, anyone can carry a gun at this time. And I don't agree. And at this point, you know, it's not about Governor DeSantis. It's about the people in my community who have lost their lives, and we can't bring them back. And so, you know, as we move forward in healing our community from this senseless copycat crime, it is unjust. I don't agree with it. And as a community, we need to do something as a as a United States we need to do, because we're not the only ones. There were a lot of shootings over the weekend.
Listen to what she did. Now, somebody talk to me in the chat. Did she answer the question? I'm going to play it one more time. Infinite Charms. Did this woman who Cop Killer says this woman looks
Just can't
Cop
do
Killer
it.
said that this woman, de facto, Cop Killer said this woman looks like Daffy Duck with the beak shot off. Nah, but for real.
She do.
Infinite Charms. Did this woman answer the question? He said, you said that that's what's hurting you. Well, how do you feel about Ron DeSantis? Why did you stop them from booing him? And did she answer the question at all?
He was booed, and you stepped forward and you said, you know, this is not about political parties, but you mentioned history as well. You know, he's declared himself the governor of the state where woke goes to die, talking about a lot of the teaching of history in schools and things like that. And I just wonder, you know, what was your reaction to the governor and what he had to say, and how, once again, this struggle over the meaning of our history, especially when it comes to race, has become front and center in his campaign and in the national conversation?
So let me say this, and I want to be very clear. You know, I don't support the governor's stance because I am a Black woman, and a lot of those legislation that he supports, we just saw what happened to my community, you know, with carrying a concealed weapon. You know, anyone can carry a gun at this time. And I don't agree. And at this point, you know, it's not about Governor DeSantis. It's about the people in my community who have lost their lives.
Now talk to me in the chat, guys. Do you see what she did right there? He specifically asked about the incident with Governor DeSantis. Now she's trying to bully the conversation, mammy the conversation. It's not about Governor DeSantis. You know who she sounds like? Oprah Winfrey. Oprah. I'm getting Oprah. Oprah might be playing her, because Oprah did the same thing for Harvey Weinstein. When they were talking about Harvey Weinstein, she said, you know, it's not about Harvey Weinstein. It's really not about him. But when it was about R. Kelly and all these people, it was very much about R. Kelly. So this woman trying to cover for Massa, she's still trying to cover for Massa. She said, I don't appreciate his stance. Do you hear that?
Don't she look like she used to do crack for politics?
You said what?
Don't she look like she used to do crack for politics?
She looked like she probably still hit some shit. And like I said, she also supports the LGBT community.
My name is Jacoby Pittman, and I am a straight ally. The passage of the HRO is an opportunity for us to come together in the community to support legislation that is inclusive of LGBT, not exclusion.
Is it even a surprise why this mammy ass woman is talking to us like this? And how does it make you guys feel that this is our leadership? And here's another question. Do you think it's a coincidence that these mammy ass motherfuckers are constantly telling us to calm down and all this shit? Is it a coincidence that we're the only people that get told that by our leadership? I have so many questions, man. I gotta show you this too before you get out of here, de facto. De facto, remember I was showing you this? Where's this shit at? By the way, de facto, you'll find this very important.
Oh God, no, not this.
Bryce, is Bryce in the chat? Bryce probably went to sleep.
Pan-African pimp.
No, this is Big Papa right here.
The Pan-African pimp.
I love it when you call me Big Papa.
That's some real hoe tip shit they doing over there.
Oh, I see what you did there. That Hotep shit. That's some real Hotep shit right there. And you know what's crazy? And remind you, I told you I don't have nothing. I don't really. But again, why? Okay, why is Umar so open against Black men and so critical? But he look, she's sitting on his lap. She's sitting on his lap, and look at the face she's giving, guys. She's giving the face like, yeah, I conquered him. That's the face that whatever face he thought he's doing, I don't know what face. He's just lost in the sauce. She's there to conquer him.
He think he's doing something too.
He really thinks he's doing something. And he just posted this picture today.
Not today.
Today. I showed the other pictures that he posted with her when he first met with her. He must have took a bunch of different pictures. I don't know what's going on. But the funny thing is, this is another picture he took today. He put on his Instagram also today. Allegedly, I don't know. I saw some pictures. I don't know what's going on. They said Kanye might have been getting head on a Did you see that?
Yeah, I was happy. I was proud of Kanye.
They said Kanye probably got some head on a boat in Vienna, Italy.
I am Shakespeare in the flesh. Walt Disney, Nike, Google. Now, who's going to be the Medici family and stand up and let me create more? Or do you want to marginalize me till I'm out of my moment?
Or why don't you empower yourself and don't need them and do it yourself?
How, Sway?
Take a few steps back. To go
you ain't got the answers, man. You ain't got the answers. You ain't got the answers. You ain't got the answers, Sway.
Kanye.
I've been doing this more than you.
Said Kanye was getting head on the boat in Italy, and so I guess people were taking pictures of him on his own private boat, and they said his pants were down, whatever the case, and people TMZ going crazy. But Dr. Umar felt the need to post this on his Instagram on the same day that he posted Sukihana sitting on his lap. Explain that to me. Where's the accountability, brother? Where's the accountability, Dr. Umar?
Umar gonna kick us out the pro-Black community.
He said what?
Umar gonna kick us out the pro-Black community.
Oh yeah, because he has the keys to the Black community, huh? He got the keys.
That's what these people done told him.
Man, I don't know what to think about my brother sometimes. So I mean, you cannot deny, put it this way, can anybody deny how great of a speaker this man is? Even if you say it's bullshit, you can't deny the amount of vernacular that this man has. Even if you say it's pimping, whatever, this nigga got the gift of gab. So he says he's standing.
He knows his stuff. He knows his stuff. I give him that. He knows his stuff.
But see, my problem is, like I said, how are you talking shit about Kanye? Which, okay, whatever, you want to say what you want to say. And every other Black man, you should have seen it. On his Instagram, he's always talking about this Black man needs to get hit with the whip. He calls it a lashing. They need 5,000 lashes. Stephen A. Smith needs 1,000 lashes. This man needs 1,000 lashes. But when it comes down,
that's my problem though with it all. He only speaks that strongly when it's Black men doing something off code or that he deems off code.
That's my point. That's my very point right there. And then you're sitting there, you're going to be, you know what you're doing when you post these pictures on Instagram of Sukihana and you know what that's going to do. You know the narrative. And what you're doing is you're basically acting like Kiki Palmer, and you're allowing social media to run with their own narrative. We don't have time for that when you're supposed to be this master teacher. You're supposed to be holding the black community accountable, but now you have all these secret pictures with Suki Hana. But Suki Hana also has these same pictures twerking on the white man the next day, and you don't say nothing about this. Let me ask you, is this nigga working on some secret behind the scenes shit where she's gonna completely flip her shit and denounce all of this, or what? I mean, is this some secret plan? Like, you know, remember Jay-Z? They said we need to let Jay-Z just do his moves and shut up while Jay-Z does his moves. Jay-Z still ain't did shit for the black community. So is this one of these things where we gotta just let Umar and Suki Hana do some behind the scenes shit, and they're gonna surprise us, and they're gonna make us eat our own words or something?
Pan-African pole pimping.
Pan-African pole pimping. Do you remember that song? Do you? Hey, I keep it on the low. Do you? That was my shit. But let me see this real quick. Before I let you go, I gotta tell you this. Let me see. I got a few more receipts. This is the last receipt I want to show you before I go on. Hold on. Listen. Oh, let's watch this together. Can you hear me?
First up in the news, we have Kai and I'll show me.
Can you hear me, de facto?
What was that, Jay?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you a little bit. My earphone went out.
Okay. Can you? I'm about to play this video. I just want to see your reaction on it. It's my first time watching it. I heard about it, but I didn't see it. So we're gonna see what this video is real quick, and you tell me what this is.
Now, Speed was permanently banned from Twitch following a sexist outburst, and at the time he moved over to the rival platform YouTube, soon becoming the most watched. Asking him to unban Speed, here is a clip.
Yeah, I seen that bullshit earlier today on Twitter.
Now Speed was permanently banned from Twitch following a sexist outburst, and at the time he moved over to the rival platform YouTube, soon becoming the most watched streamer. Now, during the Streaming Awards of 2023, Kai confronted the Twitch of CEO, asking him to unban Speed. Here is a clip.
So I guess that was going around on social media about this dude, I Show Speed. Now, those are the dudes that I was just telling y'all about. These are the dudes that I'm telling you about on my last stream when I talked about the influencers. These dudes have millions of subscribers. They have millions of subscribers, guys. And this dude is bowing down for the red man to get his channel back, or whatever the case. What are the optics of that? You know what I'm saying? Like these
I got a new phone and haven't installed it. If you don't have this speed, he's done.
Kai then was live streaming and he was threatening to.
I don't know, de facto, man. What do you think about these streamers getting $50 million, but at what cost? Are they just doing that just to? Are they getting $50 million for real? And you know why?
Hey yo, Jay, if my phone go dark, or I drop,
phone and did.
Okay, well shit, I'm gonna just let you go on and I'm gonna let you watch. I'm gonna let you get to the charger and watch from the chat. It's all good. I'm about to end out anyway. Thank you for calling in, brother.
No problem.
All right, for sure.
Stay safe.
You too, brother. Stay safe. All right, y'all. What do y'all think about this? Am I looking too much into it? A black man, two black men, the only two black men looking like at the party, but they're the ones that make all the money for this red man. This is the CEO of Twitch. He's bowing down to him to get his platform back or something at an all-white party. Again, maybe this is just very innocent, but when you put everything together and all of these politicians that are constantly demeaning us and type shit like this, these are the reasons why we get disrespected in the way that we do. These are the reasons. By the way, hold on. Let me show you something real quick, because you guys still don't understand why I gave you that stream about, oh, hold on. The stream about the influencers. Let me show you this.
All right. And the streamy goes to I Show Speed.
I want to give a huge shout out to everybody, Ronaldo, and thank y'all.
So you guys see, this is the dude, and I'm not hating on the young man, right? But this is the dude who's allegedly, now he was supposed to be banned from YouTube because he showed his penis. We talked about him last time. But now he just got an award from YouTube for being the best YouTuber, whatever the case. So I just thought it was interesting that these are the type of people that they hype up. Let me stop sharing this screen. Hold on. Let me stop sharing the screen, because that should be fucking on my internet. So what up, y'all? I don't know how y'all feel about that. Like I told you, personally, it's just a lot going on, man. And one can't help but to think all this has to be some type of test or something. I mean, the whole world is going crazy. Did you see Donald Trump got arrested? I know you guys saw that. I know y'all saw Donald Trump got arrested. What do you think about that? I'm gonna ask you guys again. Is this political theater? Is he really gonna go to jail? If he is, for how long? Is it fake? Is he gonna get out right before the election? Is he gonna win the election? Is he gonna overturn this? What's going to happen from this? What are they distracting us from? Solo. I was gonna show this. Did y'all see this? So I'm gonna continue to show this. This is a group. This woman has a shirt on that says Kevin Samuels died, right? This is a group on Facebook. Now, why is this important? Because I need you to really focus on this. Not only is it a group on Facebook, I want you, hold on, let me see if I can find that group on Facebook. It's an actual group on Facebook, okay? Kevin Samuels died. 6.2 thousand followers. Right now, I found out about this last week. I didn't have time to investigate. The only thing that I saw was that they have a bunch of, look, 1,604 posts in the last 28 days. 58 posts just in one day. 6.2 thousand members in this group called Kevin Samuels Died. But does anybody see the main demographic? Ravine, do you see who's the main? Don't act surprised. I love you, Ravine, but you're going to have to take accountability for Black women. The same way when niggas do some shit, we got to take accountability as Black men, even if we didn't participate in it. Yes, a Black woman came out the house with that shirt on. That's the first thing I saw was this picture right here. I saw it on social media. And then somehow I ended up finding that's not, she didn't just make that up. She's wearing that. She's part of a group. She's part of 6,000 bitches. Somebody put that in the chat. 6,000 witches are part of this group called Kevin Samuels Died. She's just the one of them that made a t-shirt and went out in public and she's smiling and taking a picture, right? But I want to show you guys something real quick. Because not only is that a group on Facebook, look at the main demographic. Look at the members. You got white supremacists, look like, and Black women, right? But I didn't even have time to investigate it until recently. And it's just a bunch of bitter women. But this is a picture I saw recently on this page. I said I wanted to see what they're talking about in this Kevin Samuels Died group. Remember, Kevin Samuels died almost 2 years ago. So what are these women talking about? Can anybody guess what these women are talking about in this group? Does anybody want to take a guess before I show you? Well, in case you don't want to guess, I guess I could just show you. This is what they're talking about in the Kevin Samuels group. Look at this. This woman said, as you see at the top, that's the Kevin Samuels Died group. This woman says, the only teeniest, tiniest olive branch I'm willing to give worm food is that Kelly Rowland is really gorgeous as fuck.
Out of pocket for that shit. Way out of pocket. What do you gain from that? I get sick of y'all. I want to call you one. Is it okay if I call her one? Funky dog head bitch. How dare you try to tarnish my motherfucking homeboy's reputation, punk motherfucker. Respect the family and back off, bitch, before we come get you.
Listen to what this woman says. She says, the only teeniest, tiniest olive branch I'm willing to give worm food, and that's who she's talking about, Kevin Samuels. She's calling Kevin Samuels worm food, as in he's dead, he's decomposing, he's in the ground, and worms are eating him. Is Kelly Rowland is really gorgeous as fuck. And why is this really specially important? Because that's actually killing a lot of their narrative right there. Because if you remember what Kevin Samuels used to always say, when he would say some of the most beautiful women, like a drop dead 10 is Kelly Rowland. Actually, Kevin Samuels even said Kelly Rowland was a higher in the sexual marketplace value than Beyonce. And Beyonce is so-called lighter than Kelly Rowland. So Kevin Samuels used to always say Kelly Rowland is like the perfection, and she's a dark-skinned woman. So that kills the narrative that Kevin was a colorist and he hated dark-skinned women and all this shit. But she said the only thing that I'm willing to slightly agree with him is that Kelly Rowland is beautiful. And she's calling this black man, this black father, she's calling him worm food. And at some point, guys, you got to understand this shit gets deeper than what you thought. It's a spiritual battle. It's deeper than what I thought. I thought I was just going to be able to, yeah, it's deep. You're going to have to constantly break out of these different spells. You cannot be comfortable in a certain spell. When you find out it's a spell, you got to try your best to break out of it. Let me read you some stuff, and I'm going to read some comments, and I'm going to get on out of here. Remember, it's just Talk Your Shit Tuesday. Again, I want to have a conversation with Dr. Umar. Maybe Dr. Umar is getting the same type of gifts. Talk to me in the chat. Do you think Dr. Umar might be getting the same type of gifts from Sukihana that black woman was getting from Ron DeSantis? And what type of gifts are good enough for the black woman to tell us to shut our mouth and let him talk to us and tell us some shit for some media campaign? Don't you know that Governor DeSantis was over there just to give a fucking political speech? And you want us to shut up and let him lecture us and tell us some bullshit? Why? For some gifts?
We're going to ask the governor if he would come now and bring remarks.
Well, thank you for doing this. I want to just say to the councilwoman, I got you. Don't worry about it. We've already been looking to identify funds to be able to help, one, make sure there's adequate security for Edward Waters College. We are not going to allow these institutions to be targeted by people.
Okay, listen, y'all. Let me tell you, we finna put parties aside, cause it ain't about parties today. A bullet don't know a party, so don't get me started. Okay, Jacoby is nice, but Ann is not. Now, if the governor wanted to come here and he bringing gifts to my community, y'all know I'm taking the gifts, because we.
What are the gifts? What are the gifts, guys? Talk to me in the chat. What are the gifts?
I'm out here in Miami, looking for the hoochie daddy. Where they at? Where the niggas that get ratchet? Where they at? My son need a new pappy.
Leilani.
Let me read some. By the way, allegedly, this is from the NAACP. Since we're talking about Governor DeSantis, and we're talking about Florida and the racism allegedly and the removal of Black history. Allegedly, the NAA. What does the NAACP stand for? I think I'm 99.9% sure I know what it stands for, but could somebody tell me what the NAACP stands for? Because I'm pretty sure I know what it stands for. But anyway, the NAACP allegedly put this statement out. They said the formal travel notice states Florida is openly hostile towards African Americans, people of color.
What?
LGBTQ individuals.
Bitch, you better be joking.
So they put out a formal travel notice for anybody who's going to travel to Florida. And is anybody in the chat living in Florida or have family in Florida? It says Florida is openly hostile towards African Americans, people of color, and LGBTQ plus individuals. Before traveling to Florida, please understand that the state of Florida devalues and marginalizes the contributions of and the challenges faced by African Americans and other communities of color.
You see something? Now you see now. You done fucked up in that, don't you? I see what I'm saying. I thought that's something you're saying. You done fucked up now. You're the dumb.
So allegedly they put that out. I found that pretty crazy. But let me read this scripture before I get out of here, because I wanted to read this. Particularly, I don't think anybody has said this so far that I've seen in any YouTube videos, but I want to bring this out real quick for the mammy. Somebody put that in the chat. Do I have a picture of this mammy? This woman was in every press conference pretending to cry. By the way, Umar, I'm still on your tail. But this woman was in every press conference looking sad and pretending to cry. You never saw no real tears. You never saw no real tears. She's just wiping her face. But the question is to this woman, Jacoby Pittman, what gifts are you going to get from Ron DeSantis? See, it's one thing to talk shit about this woman. It's another thing to demand answers. I'm not even going to tell you guys to vote her out or to clown her. The black community, we need to start demanding answers. Somebody please put that in the chat just for clarification purposes. The black community needs to start demanding actual answers. Yes or no. Not none of this, oh, I'm not going to do anything for the black community. No, it needs to be yes or no. So, when we ask you, ma'am, what is the gift that you want from Ron DeSantis, you need to tell us, Miss Jacoby Pittman. Because right now, as far as we're concerned, you're over here looking like a goddamn minstrel house slave. Y'all never saw that? Y'all never saw the Tom and Jerry cartoons, the old school Tom and Jerry cartoons with this big ass, go look it up. The old school Tom and Jerry cartoons, they got this big ass mammy just like this. Big fat ass mammy, barefoot. Talk to me in the chat. Barefoot, big booty ass mammy. Yeah. They had a big booty barefoot mammy on Tom and Jerry. No father in the house. Somebody put a cat and a rat in the motherfucking chat. Talk to me. Somebody put a cat and a rat in the motherfucking chat.
That's what I do. That's what I do.
Put a cat for Tom and Jerry, a cat and a rat. If you remember that fat, big booty, barefoot mammy chasing around Tom and Jerry and beating up Tom or beating up Jerry, whichever one is the cat. She used to beat the fuck out the cat, throw him out the house because he was trying to get the mouse out the house. He was just doing his job, bitch. See, Tom and Jerry showed you the dysfunction of the mammy. Somebody put that in the chat. Tom and Jerry showed you this, the dysfunction of the mammy. Bitch, he was trying to get the mouse out of the house. Isn't that what you got him for? Your stupid ass didn't even realize there was a goddamn mouse in the house. Why? Because you're too busy living your hot girl lifestyle on your hot girl mammy shit. What year was Tom and Jerry? This was 1946. I might have to recalculate my whole motherfucking hypothesis. This mammy shit might go way back when. Tom and Jerry. Where was the father? Where was the grandfather? Where was the man of the house in Tom and Jerry? You got a fucking cat. You got a fucking rat. You and this bitch barefoot beating the fuck out the cat because the systematic enforcement of ideologies of white supremacy got your ass going to the welfare line, and you thought you can go against your man. See, Tom and Jerry, talk to me in the chat. Tom and Jerry tells the tale of Black America. I'm willing to go as far as to say Tom and Jerry are both black. You heard it here first. Tom and Jerry are both black. Why? Well, you know it. You are what your master is. Like anybody who's black, they have black pets. That's the thing. Everybody knows. That's why they have racist pets. Guys, talk to me in the chat. Are you lost? You know they have racist pets, right? Like they got the white people who just live in a white neighborhood and they secretly hate niggas. Their pets are racist. Then they start barking at only niggas. So your pet becomes the same race as you. Y'all don't even understand what I'm trying to tell you. This mammy shit gets deep. This woman, she said, you need to shut up and let me get my gift from Ron DeSantis, guys. I'm just amazed. Now, mind you, I should be amazed. I should be amazed, but I'm not really that amazed. Why am I not that amazed? Because I saw what's his name? What's the dude's name? Steve Harvey. I saw Steve Harvey and I can't be amazed anymore. After Steve Harvey, man, let me see if this is better. Yeah. After Steve Harvey, I can't be amazed anymore, guys. Steve Harvey set the bar for me. He told a black woman, you're supposed to be leading her. You told a black woman that you can't do and say what you want because you're black. Wow. That's the worst thing you could ever say. There's nothing worse than that. And you're sitting up there like rich. So now that I see this woman, she's caping for the red man. I need you guys to tell me, why are they so comfortable telling us to calm down and to not demand justice? Why is every other community on code? Why don't you have any Asian, Jewish, LGBT politicians who are demeaning their demographic, their core demographic? What other culture, what other people in the world can have constituents that are demeaning their very own core demographic and still get voted in? Now, we haven't even spoken about the Al Sharptons. Now, when it comes time to Al Sharpton and Jesse Jackson, this is some they clone Tyrone shit. Okay? Just so we're clear, Jesse Jackson and Al Sharpton, they're on some they clone Tyrone. They keep on coming back. They will not die shit. So we're not even talking about those gatekeepers that are kept purposely there, these dinosaurs. We're talking about the new people. I don't even know who this woman is. I just found out about this woman. But why, again, if we're talking about the celebrities, Gabrielle Union, the politicians, this woman, everybody that's black feels like they could come and talk down to us. We shouldn't have any standards. We don't have our own mind. We're just some loud. Do you get that? We're just some loud niggas. You need to calm down. You niggas need to calm down. You're doing too much now. Hell, leave it to some of these niggas. They would have blamed us for the Alabama brawl. Listen to me closely. If you leave it to some of these niggas, they would find a way to blame us for our retaliation for the Alabama brawl. They would say, oh, you guys went too far. Oh, it was too many of y'all. Oh, you should have calmed the situation down. Oh, you should have turned the other cheek. These are the problems. You're going to overlook the initial violation and tell us where we went wrong with our retaliation. You see that? Overlook the violation and focus on our retaliation. That's the problem. Because then that makes us constantly feel guilty. That makes us feel like, oh my God, maybe I shouldn't have done all that. Maybe I should just let them spit in my face. This is the constant repetition that they want you to believe. Meanwhile, if you open your eyes and look around, you're going to see that, wait a minute. No, none of these other nations of people allow this. Nobody on the earth allows this behavior that happens to us. But somehow we always have some mammy ass or some Sambo ass, Steve Harvey ass nigga to come to reel us back in, to put us back to sleep. That is supposed to frustrate you guys. I need you to be very aware of it, very aware of that. Be frustrated by that. I need you to be motivated by the fact that this is a dream that we're living in. They have us in a simulation. They want us constantly at the bottom. And I'm not saying I have the fucking formula to get over this shit, but at the very least, I could identify the problem. So I think I'm about to get out of here. If y'all have any more comments, let me know. I know y'all just listening. No big deal. No biggie. But I do want to read this scripture for the lady who's talking about, I'm going to get me a gift. I'm going to get me a gift. So this is from Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 1 through 7, right? Now, this whole chapter I read it earlier. This whole chapter is telling us, it's comparing things. It's telling us that we need to be this instead of that. We need to be calm instead of excited. We need to be sober instead of, drunk. We need to be this instead of that, right? So let's just read verse 1 through 7, and hopefully we can gain some understanding from this. Hopefully the lady can understand this. It says, a good name is better than precious ointment, and the day of death than the day of one's birth. Listen to this. A person who has a good name, a good reputation, is better than a precious ointment. And the day of your death is better than the day of your birth. That's deep right there. Verse 2. It is better to go to the house of mourning or sadness than to go to the house of feasting and overeating. For that is the end of all men, and the living will lay it to his heart. Okay. Verse 3. Sorrow is better than laughter, for by the sadness of the countenance the heart is made better. Okay, verse 4. The heart of the wise is in the house of mourning, but the heart of fools is in the house of mirth. Okay, now that one I have to try to understand that one. The heart of the wise is in the house of mourning. So I guess that goes back to verse 2, where it will be better to be in mourning than to be, overly jovial and completely lost in the sauce. Okay, now verse 5. It is better to hear the rebuke of the wise than for a man to hear the song of fools. That's deep, guys. Somebody put that in the chat. Look at verse number 5. Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 5. It is better to hear the rebuke of the wise than for a man to hear the song of fools. What does the song of a fool sound like, guys? What is the sound of a fool?
This is really interesting. In verse 22, this is the creation of the woman, Eve. But you don't hear Eve coming into the earth saying, "Where's my man?" Huh? Am I reading it right? It says the man said. Eve came into the earth. Watch this. Adam was the one who was broken. Eve came into the earth whole. She had both ribs. Society wants women to believe you're broken if you're not with somebody. But God says the woman came into the earth complete, not seeking or needing anyone or anything. I don't know who I'm talking to today, but you got to stand in your power. You are one of one. There's nothing wrong with you if you're not with somebody. You as a woman are complete. You're whole. And I gotta say it because I'm tired of us supporting a culture that tries to make women think there's something wrong with them if they're not married. It's just not true.
This is disgusting.
This is a sick Negro.
So, listen to the scripture right here. It says very clearly now, verse 5, it is better to hear the rebuke. Can somebody put the definition of rebuke? Because we don't even use that word in America in 2023. That word has completely gone extinct. Go ahead and put the definition of rebuke in the chat. Verse 5. It is better to hear the rebuke of a wise man than for a man to hear the song of a fool. Verse 6. For as the crackling of thorns under a pot, so is the laughter of the fools. This is also vanity. Now, verse 7 is what I want to talk about, the woman who's sitting here being a mammy for the red man, talking about, I'm going to get a motherfucking gift.
You're a stupid dumbass. Dumbass.
In verse number 7, surely oppression makes a wise man mad, and a gift destroy the heart.
Shame. 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 Shame.
You see, it says a gift destroyeth the heart. Why? Because our people had a certain heart to go against massa and to finally speak up for our injustices. But you came through because you wanted a gift, and that destroyed our entire momentum. You see, maybe if it wasn't for you selling out for this butter biscuit and for all these gifts that you're talking about, maybe you would have a strong enough heart to at least boo this man, hold his feet to the fire. Remember, this is the same woman who said that policies that Ron DeSantis is passing is what's hurting our community, but she wants to let him talk. This man shouldn't even have a microphone to be able to speak in that community. And that's what our people tried to do. You see, just so we're clear, guys, the human body always tries to heal itself when it's healthy enough to do so. But if something is impeding from the human body to protect itself, then that's when we have a problem. So the Black community is much like the human body. The human body is much like the earth. It's going to try to heal itself. But what happens when the human body or the earth or the Black community has someone or something trying to stop that healing process? Well, then you have a problem, don't you? And the problem is this gift that the so-called red man keeps promising us, but it never comes. Or maybe the gift is like for Steve Harvey. Only niggas like Steve Harvey can get the gift. What do you think? Talk to me in the chat. Maybe the American dream is possible for Black people, but it's only in pockets and it's only for extreme cases, Tyler Perry and whatnot. But then again, we also have to ask what Tyler Perry and these other people have to do behind closed doors. Now, that's going to probably be a hamster wheel conversation. You know, I don't like to have hamster wheel conversations. I like to have real conversations. Another real conversation, Meek Mill. We need to know why Meek Mill will not call out the white people who are stealing his money. Can somebody tell me why Meek Mill, Rameek, will not call out the white people that are stealing his money and instead he calls them business people? He said the killers and the niggas, yeah, they're scared of me. But the business people, I don't know what to do with these business people. You see, these are the spells that we're under, and I want to show you guys, not to expose anybody, but to constantly show you what the problem is. By the way, guys, YouTube deleted my Alabama brawl video and gave me a strike. Can somebody tell me why? I felt like I saw you guys saying it a few times in the chat. The Alabama brawl video, you said a lot of people were saying it was giving us a lot of confidence, and it was one of those things where you couldn't make this shit up. It just happened. It was on social media. Mind you, if social media wasn't real, well, then the news wouldn't have talked about it. Don't you understand that the news talked about the Alabama video only because social media? Don't you understand that the news is following social media? How about this? Put a laptop emoji or a computer emoji in the chat if you understand that all of these television networks and all of these news stations are following social media. That's what's going on right now. I knew about this years ago. That's when I decided I'd be on YouTube. I said, and a lot of people still don't understand what I'm doing on YouTube. They're hiding me, but I'm still a legend on YouTube. I personally, J-LEETHAL, am a legend on YouTube. They deleted my video and gave me a strike for showing the same video that's all over the internet anyway. It's all over YouTube. Graphic content. Look at this, guys. How your content violated the policy. All I did was show the video of these red people getting their ass whooped. It's not like the George Floyd video where you showed us dying, right? It said content that contains violent or graphic footage posted in a sensational, exploitative manner is not allowed on YouTube. This includes footage, audio, or imagery involving war, accidents, medical procedures, or other such scenarios where the intent is to shock or disgust the viewer.
Wait, bitch, you better be joking.
Yeah, I posted the video of you bitches getting smacked with a chair, thrown in the ocean, body slammed, dropped, uppercutted, you ran away. I showed the video, and I'm glad I got a strike for it. YouTube, you hear me? I took that strike and I swallowed it. Pause. Big pause. I have some other content that I do want to bring you, but I'll probably bring you that at a different time. I don't want to spill all the marbles. I think I'm about to get on out of here. It's just a Talking Shit Tuesday. You know, we're only 3 hours into this thing, actually. I could show you some more videos like this one. Look at this.
Karen, the doll collection.
So many choices. Express yourself. Where is your manager?
So many Karens to choose from. With Courtside Karen.
F you, LeBron!
Dog Walker Karen.
There's an African-American man threatening my life.
Storm the Capitol Karen.
Nancy Pelosi eats babies for brunch.
Barbecue Karen.
I'm calling the police again.
QAnon Congresswoman Karen.
Wildfires were caused by Jewish space lasers. Pew, pew, pew.
Courtroom Karen.
I'm not day drunk. You're day drunk.
And Trader Joe's Karen.
I'm not wearing a mask at Trader Joe's. I have a breathing problem.
Each inflexible doll comes with bootcut jeans, a big gulp, plenty of privilege, and a flip phone to call the police whenever she sees something suspicious. Collect them all before the Democrats steal them. Karen mask not sold separately because science is fake and she's an American citizen, not a cheat.
It's my constitutional right. Don't tell her no.
She's the absolute.
Sensational.
Hello?
Hey, what you doing?
Not much. Just about to have Bible study.
When you want to come have Bible study in my crib?
Okay, I'll come through.
All right, cool. I'll see you soon.
All right, I'll see you soon. It's a nice place.
Thank you. How was your day today?
It was good. It was just a little hot, and I was just walking down the sidewalk.
I was so hot, too.
Because I don't have a car,
Waiting for you to get here.
Oh, really? To read the Bible, right? Yeah. Okay, so I was thinking that we could read Chronicles.
Well, I got some Chronicles you can read.
You have a Bible too? Oh, why don't you get it?
No, I think I like this big black Bible you got.
Oh, okay. So let's read it then. Yeah. Okay. Chronicles. All right. Okay. Yes. Yeah. Look. So I was thinking. Okay. What are you doing? What
do you mean? What am I doing?
I'm just saying. Like I came to read the Bible with you, and you're just like a little touchy-feely.
So you literally want a Bible study?
Yes. I wanted to read the Bible. Okay. I wanted to read the Word of God.
Come on now. I don't know something like exciting we could do.
Okay. What are you doing? Wait. No. Stop. God doesn't approve of this. God doesn't approve of this. Get off me, lady.
You know exactly what
Get off me.
What the hell is this? What are you doing?
That was holy water.
What do you think, I'm a vampire or something?
You're acting like one.
Oh my God, I'm allergic.
You are full of sin. The fact that you use a Bible study as an excuse to get in my pants, God doesn't approve of that, okay?
I thought you wanted to role play.
No, I did not. I wanted to really read the Bible. We are supposed to get married first. We're supposed to get married first. We're not supposed to do that.
Where are you going?
I'm going home.
Come on, no. Let's read.
No.
Yeah, man.
I'm out here in Miami, looking for the hoochie daddy. Where they at? Where the niggas that get ratchet? Where they at? My son need a new pappy.
Leilani, you got my daughter singing Pound. Get her dressed. I'm coming to get her right now.
Black women are availing ourselves to all of the options that our hard work and circumstances currently afford us. And that means that single motherhood by choice is going to be an option that more and more black women consider and even exercise. So anybody that's in their feelings about that can go ahead and start to process right now. Because black women that have the privilege to embark upon this expensive and oftentimes lengthy process will increasingly decide to forego marriages and partnerships that do not serve us and that are not in our best interests. And now that bypassing those insufficient relationships does not have to come at the expense of motherhood, well, frankly, it's a whole new world. A world in which black women are no longer subject to the desperation of being chose, because now we get to do the choosing. And as we choose, we do have to contend with the reality of a dismally small supply of black sperm.
Guys, it's a beautiful time to be alive. I don't know what's going to happen, but there's a shortage of black sperm. Did you hear, guys? There's a shortage of black sperm in the sperm bank. What do you think about that? If you're a black woman, tell me what you think about that. And if you're a black man, what do you think about the fact that it's expensive to get black sperm and it's very, very rare? There's a shortage of black sperm in the black sperm bank. And I wanted to show this when MoFax was here, but maybe I'll show it again next time. But this is a perfect time to talk about this since we're talking about it. The woman said, there's a shortage of black sperm. I have a lot of money, but I got to try to find a nigga who's going to nut in a cup for me. And I was reading my comments on one of these classes some time ago, or however many weeks ago. And I saw this very, very interesting comment when I was watching it back from MoFax. Because, you know, I can't watch all the comments. So sometimes I watch the comments back afterwards. And so if I never read your comment during the live stream, I'm going to read it later. So MoFax left this comment, and he said, since we were talking about the brat and we were talking about Jiminy Cricket, I remember we were talking about Jiminy Cricket, and we were talking about Ebony KKK Williams. She said, I make a lot of money. I'm in a sorority. I'm going to raise this kid by myself. I'm going to make a baby by myself, right? Talk to me in the chat. MoFax, he actually said something important. He said, you know what? Black men should buy up all the sperm. Remember, there's only a little bit of sperm in the sperm bank. Black men should buy up all the sperm in the sperm bank and destroy it. Now, I think that's probably one of the most revolutionary ideas I've ever heard in my life. Talk to me in the chat. I think one of the most revolutionary concepts in the world that I've ever heard is to go buy up whatever black sperm there is in the sperm bank. Buy it up before Gabrielle Union ass bitches could buy it up, because they don't want to actually deal with a black man, but they want a black child so they can beat the fuck out the child. We should buy all the black sperm and throw it into a volcano. Talk to me in the chat. Throw the fucking sperm into, you ever seen the Lord of the Rings? Take the fucking sperm, buy all the fucking sperm, and we just go to the fucking Lord of the Rings volcano and throw all the sperm in there where you fucking throw the, you know, remember where they threw the fucking ring at?
Bitch, you better be joking.
I'm serious. They went to this volcano, the only volcano in the world that's going to destroy the Lord of the Rings. That's where you got to throw all the fucking black sperm at. And then all the bitches with PhDs will have to actually find a man.
What?
The solution is to not donate in the first place. Wow. Revolutionary. That's even more revolutionary. MoFax, when you come back in the chat, we're going to talk about this later, MoFax. It's a revolutionary concept to destroy all the sperm, the black sperm in the sperm bank. But an even more revolutionary concept, do not come in the cup for these ungrateful bitches. Oh my goodness. I'm still flabbergasted on all of this. I'm learning alongside you guys. I'm just giving you the news that the news will show. This is a revolutionary concept. Don't even go to the sperm bank and jack off into a cup. Now, I could take this time to ask any fellas in the chat if they've ever done that, but I'm going to save all of our relationship and not ask you. All I will say is, from this moment forward, no black man, can we make this decree? Put 7 black fists in the chat and a crown emoji. I'm going to say it again. 7 black fists. If you are a black man, listen to the sound of my voice. 7 black fists and a crown emoji. If this is a new decree, this is a new commandment. We shall not, punishable by fines of $700,000 and 7 years in jail, we shall not come in a cup at the sperm bank for these ungrateful ass, brat looking ass bitches talking about we look like Jiminy Cricket. Imagine I jack off in a cup for you and I look like Jiminy Cricket. Well, bitch, what do you look like buying my jack off? Listen to me. If I look like Jiminy Cricket, what do you look like shopping for my jack off juice? You're in the clinic paying $30,000 per minute to evaluate my jack off juice, but I look like Jiminy Cricket, bitch, miss me. And I was gonna show the brat, she had her Caucasian baby. I was gonna show the picture of the brat's Caucasian baby, but I thought I might get harassment or I might get my channel strike. So YouTube, please give me some credit. I did not show the brat's Caucasian baby. Here. You said you want the good stuff. You paid $30,000 here. Go ahead, straight to the source. Go and drink it down. Drink it down. I'm sure it's gonna make it down. I'm sure it's gonna make its way down there. Wow, that's insane, guys. Also, a crazy thing going on in America right now. Look at this. I'm sure the brat, I wonder what the brat has to say about this. Men are the highest paid women in America. Talk to me in the chat. Men are the highest paid women in America.
Bitch, you better be joking.
Look at this. Dylan Mulvaney, this man who's the one we talked about with the Bud Light controversy, Dylan Mulvaney is charging $40,000 in speaking fees on female empowerment. This person on the right is the highest paid female CEO in America, used to be a man. So if you look up the highest female CEO, the richest or the highest paid female CEO in America, it used to be a man. Somebody put that in the chat. It's a man, baby. Yeah. That's a man, baby. Yeah. So this is the beautiful time to be alive, where the highest paid women in America are actually men. And who emboldened this? Who encouraged this? Women. Now remember, I don't even know what's going to happen tomorrow, so I'm just bringing you the news that the news doesn't show today. I could have just went a whole week and didn't talk to you guys, but that wouldn't be any fun, would it? So I came, showed you a few little things. I actually do have a few more. Let me see if I have a few more receipts for y'all. I think I had at least one more. I wanted to do another reaction video because I saw some. I've been seeing a few little things on social media, but I haven't really been trying to push the issue. Oh, did you hear that COVID is coming back out? COVID is coming back out, guys. And I'm going to show you one more thing before I leave. COVID is coming back out. I've been seeing more and more people in Texas wearing masks in public again. Now they're wearing the next edition mask. Do you know what this other mask looks like? They have a new mask, and at least this mask is better, I guess, because it goes out like that so you can breathe. It's not like right up on your face. That was my problem with the mask. It's right up on your face. So I guess these new masks are like this so you have a little space to breathe. But it looks like a fucking duck. Does anybody know what I'm talking about? Killer. Remember you said that woman looks like Daffy Duck with her beak shot off? These people with these masks nowadays, I guess COVID's coming back. They have this, and it looks like a duck. I'm like, oh my God. Let me play this last receipt before I get out of here. Oh yeah.
Across the country, COVID hospitalizations jumped more than 14% in the most recent week, but far lower than pandemic levels. NBC News medical contributor Dr. Kavita Patel.
What's behind this uptick in COVID that we're seeing?
The main driver of this is a variant that's relatively newer to the scene, EG5. It's easier to give and get, so that makes it kind of easier to pass along.
It's been almost a year since the last COVID booster came out. CDC Director Dr. Mandy Cohen.
The new COVID booster is expected to be approved by the FDA, and then we will make recommendations from the CDC probably by the second or third week of September.
Will it protect against this new strain?
Yes, the booster is tailored to what we are seeing circulating now.
Critics say the federal government is behind once again. People knew there was going to be a COVID resurgence. So why don't we have a booster today? Why do we have to wait until next month?
The way we go about doing our, just like we do with our flu shots, right? We make sure that we're looking at the ways in which the virus changed. They look at and evaluate that. The FDA is doing its work. We likely will see this as an annual COVID shot, just like the flu shot.
Just in time for fall, when we'll also face RSV. Can you take the flu shot, the COVID booster, and the RSV vaccine all at once?
So for flu and COVID.
Do you hear these people? Do you hear these people? They want you to take this shot, that shot, the third shot. They're still going on with this booster shot. Blah, blah, blah. So let me show you this one last video and I'm done, guys. This is another video I found and I thought you would find it important. Or not that important, but I thought you would find this video interesting. Look at this, guys. Look at this video right here. I'm out of here after this video. I'm gone. I'm gone after this video. Thank you guys for joining me. You could have been anywhere.
$5,000.
You could have been anywhere in the world, but you were here with me tonight. I hope I don't get a copyright strike. Federal law allows. I hope I don't get a copyright strike for this. Federal law allows citizens such as myself to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without the authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use and is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and/or parody. This does not infringe on the copyright 17 U.S.C. 107. I am reacting to this video. I am doing this video for educational purposes. This video came out after her initial appearance on the Jerry Springer show. Then Jerry Springer became a judge, and it looks like Suki Hana and Jerry Springer have a relation. Look at that, y'all. Look at that. And I'm going to ask you again. Look how, just right there, look how the woman stands in court. She'll never listen to a black man. But look how she goes in court, and then she puts her hand up. She has the wrong hand up. She immediately changes her hand. Why does she go to court and she acts right for the court? Y'all might have missed it.
Song she wrote him. Plus the defendant stole liquor from her VIP table.
Look, she has the wrong hand up right here. And then they told her it's the wrong hand. And look how she corrects herself.
He's suing to the tune of.
You see, she corrected herself.
$5,000. Defendant waves. The rapper says he's a.
And look at this sassy ass nigga. Do you see how every time they have this Jerry Springer shit, it's always some sassy, exaggerated, blaxploitation, caricature, stereotypical, step and fetch it, mammy ass, Flavor Flav ass shit. Do you see it? It's the same thing and go look up my last stream where I showed Suki Hana in 2016 on the Jerry Springer show. This is after she got her fame now. She went back to Jerry Springer after he left his show, and he tried to tell us he's sorry for destroying the culture with his show. But he created another show right after the Jerry Springer show, and he was a judge and having these stupid ass caricatures on there. Look at the lady in the back right there. She's laughing because she knows this is a fucking joke. But this is still helping to socially engineer our society. This is still helping to undermine us as black people. This is the reason why Ron DeSantis could come in the midst of a. Oh, look at this, guys. This must be the LGBT community versus the black woman like we talked about. Talk to me in the chat. I mean, I can leave right now. I just want to show you how all of this is set up. You see? You see, guys? I'm going to read some comments and I'm going to get on out of here. Do you see what's happening? Do you not see what's happening, guys? I don't want to get a copyright strike. I just want to show you. You guys can go look it up. Suki Hana on the Jerry Springer, not only the Jerry Springer show, but the Jerry Springer courtroom show. And this is to show you that we are purposely being duped. We are purposely being portrayed in a certain light, and a certain type of character is allowed to speak for us. When we do speak up for ourselves, you always have some sellout to come and tell us to calm down. So I don't know if my stream is messing up or my comments are messing up. I can't really see no new comments. I do love y'all. I appreciate y'all coming through. Matter of fact, let me get this set up. Hold on. Thank y'all for coming through, guys. This was a on the run Talk Your Shit Tuesday, just because you know, I didn't have much to say. I really wanted to talk about mainly that mammy ass woman. I didn't want to let too much time pass before we get on this woman. Go look that woman up, and you got to understand the tactics that are being had against us. I'm not going to play no music because this is an on the run class. But if I did play some music, I would be playing some simp ass song for Dr. Umar. If I did play some music, I would play a simp ass song for Dr. Umar. He let this woman sit on his lap after she disrespected the black community. He says he's here for little black boys. She twerked on a little black boy. And look at his face after she twerked on a little black boy. He thinks he did something, but look at her face. I need you guys to understand that. He thinks he did something with his face right here. Look at his face. He thinks he thinks he's on top. But look at her face. She's the one who won. She's the one who won. So the next time I see you guys, thank you for joining me. Can't play no music because, like I said, I'm on the run. But please, vibrate higher.